No, I don't want to start the stream because of Public. It's all Public's fault. Enjoy your work, Public. And hey there, Caboose. Wait, I'm being tagged somewhere. Hey, fuck you, you French bastard. Avertis. It wouldn't be the first time that I entertained a crowd with a bunch of glow sticks or, the lights, the old squeeze lights. Do y'all, okay, how many of you motherfuckers actually have been to, like, raves? The old squeeze lights. We used to use those all the time. Because you can control the on-off cycle for them. So you could get some really interesting effects when you were with them. Once, and I fucking hated it. Well, Caboose and I no longer friends. Did you go to like a massive or a warehouse rave? Like an illegal warehouse rave. That was one of the first things my trainer and I actually talked about. I was like, yeah, you're too young to have like been to a real rave. And he said, no, I've been. I'm like, wait, for like a warehouse that somebody commandeered for the night. It was just completely illegal. He goes, yeah, oh yeah. Drove to talk to a guy, paid him. He gave us the location, a piece of paper with a location on it. We went to the warehouse. I'm like, holy shit, that's like old school. He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, respect. People are starting to ask me for t-shirts. Do I have a good provider? No, Fortus, I don't. I really don't. Ethical t-shirts are a pain in the ass to make. They're really fucking expensive. Unless, like, I've looked into it. If people wanted to pay me like $65, $70 for a fucking t-shirt, then okay, we can get them made. But yeah, ethically sourced like and customized t-shirts, dude, they're a bitch. Oh, never mind. That's not. I'm sorry. No. No. Just no. Just no. I think you could enjoy a real and true old school illegal proper rave. I think you could, even without the dancing. Yeah, basically with her. Yeah. How do people find illegal raves? Talk to your mama guy and DJs if you can. Caboose, I wanted to mention. I saw your post in the meathead section about pork rinds. Pork rinds are fine as long as, one, the pork was actually well fed and isn't shit pork. A lot of pork rinds are off-cast product from the industrial pork section of the industry. One, so if they're quality pork rinds. And two, if you're going keto. If you're keto, pork rinds are great. If you're still on carbs, pork rinds are just a recipe for gaining weight. So, yeah. Karina, did you mean seamstresses or seamsters or that sort of thing? You're just doing stand intermittent fasting. Ugh. I wouldn't lean too heavily on pork rinds then. If you're not actually burning fat for fuel, if you're not in ketosis, again, not medical advice, consult a doctor where appropriate. If you're not doing keto, the pork rinds are just a recipe for gaining weight. I mean, if you're still in a caloric deficit, okay, sure, maintain your caloric deficit. But there's better ways and more healthful ways to maintain that caloric deficit. Still sore right there. So yeah, I would go with something else. Oh, just still digesting. Kat's favorite part of the show happened right before the show, actually. Still considering keto, but I've lost 20 pounds on fasting so far. How's Project Kai going? Fortus, going pretty well, actually. It's going pretty well, actually. All things considered, yeah, I've made gains. My shoulders are bigger. My biceps are bigger. I haven't really, hang on, let me, the quads are, the legs are coming along slower, but due to the knee injury, I'm not surprised that the legs are lagging behind. The core isn't as shredded, and I don't ever intend to be as shredded as I used to. I'm just going to maintain the core. I'm going to develop the core to a degree that is necessary to support the rest of the shit. Right? I'm sorry. 6 and 8 packs are just a pain in the ass to do. They just are. I've done them before. I know what it takes. I really don't want to bother. Maybe one day, maybe when I'm 50 or something, if I'm still around then, I'll be like, fuck it, I'm 50. I want a 6-pack or something like that, right? That would amuse me. Hey, the 50-year-old gay dude has a 6-pack. That might amuse me. But for this moment, with for as far as the auspices as far as the scope and scale of Project Kai at this stage in the development. 6-pack or 8-pack is not on the agenda at present. Okay. Cool, Karina. Good news overall then. Kai, we're gonna roll. Oh wait, right now. Oh yeah, well, they've, you know, yeah. You see when I come up to stretch, it's, you know, it's a lot more than what it used to be. It really is. It's gaining. It is actually gaining. Like I know that. Hey, my boy. I can't. It's like I said. I've noticed. It's noticeable. So shit's working. And most of what that is happened at the old dosage, and I've effectively just short of double the testosterone dosage within the last week and a half. So, you know, yeah, I'm going to start, you know, as things get built up, as the base gets established and I can start putting some more effort and more weight on it, things will change in other ways too. So, yeah. Lotta, the stream title is literally just fucking with people. It's literally just fucking with people. It's essentially a reference to a lot of the tanky ML spaces that are super authoritarian, and also just general leftist spaces where, you know, left unity is basically forced upon you. It's like you're using authoritarianism to enforce left unity. Okay, cool. Cool. So yeah, it's very much poking fun at those kinds of spaces that enforce unity. Hey, without. Thank you, Karina. Nice. Here, we'll, I didn't even open Firefox yet. Let me, did it not? Oh. Duh. Cringe. Hey, Kaiser. Wait, if you wanted to look like a girl in the first place and get buffed, would you talk about it? I mean, that's difficult to do with what I'm doing with her. I'm not entirely sure what you're asking, but, actually, hang on. Okay, cool. I turned it back on. But yeah, that would be extraordinarily difficult to do. If you wanted to transition male to female, but maintain like hyper masculine characteristics at the same time, that's a bit of an interesting project proposal, I would imagine. Kai, do muscle bodies light something in you, and do you have a theory why? I mean, not in the way I think you're asking, but I mean, would not the default state of human mentality, to some extent or another, look at somebody who is a physically supreme specimen, no matter the era, no matter the place? Like when you have that sort of physicality to you, does that not register in most people's heads? I know there's some with pathologies that would otherwise disagree. I posted one in one area recently that I just found that they would they're at the other opposite of that, and they're at the opposite end of that spectrum. But I would imagine that most human beings would look at somebody who's like just fucking jacked and be like, there's something to that. You could be like, wow, you know, right? Like you're gonna feel a little safer. There's gonna be some admiration because you realize it's not natural. It takes a lot of fucking work, even with chemical assistance. It takes fucking work to do that sort of thing. Like, yeah, I think that there's something to that. That for most people, if you encounter that level of physicality, there's a level of admiration and awe that comes with it. Not necessarily, you know, sexual in all instances, but for sure. I mean, I would imagine. Recognizes impro. Let's see, admiration for Swollen Boy. This should be a soundboard option.
Void, no identity. Net. I hate life.
I hate life. I hate life. You know what? Let me leave the tab up, but I'll see if I can't clean the audio up and bring it up in levels and stuff, and maybe I'll make it available as a soundboard, and maybe even a command for chat to use. Just as long as you can still reach to wipe your ass. I use fucking bidets, so. Chad, Italian Anson plus ML, Cubana equals Ultimate Leftist. Probably not. No, I don't listen to UK drill. And I'm not gonna listen to that on stream. I will hold the tab though, without, because I don't feel like dealing with the copyright strike bullshit. I don't equate our modern standards of physical health as natural attraction. Let's see. To some extent, being ripped is an indicator of being well fed, to some degree healthy, thus to be coveted. If not as a reproductive partner, at least as an ally. Monkey together strong. Yeah, for two. It's like, yeah, there seems to be some sort of evolutionary drive there, right? Like, there seems to be one part of our brain that sees somebody who's fucking jacked, and you're like, we good? We good? Cool. Like, at least you want to be on their side. Like, you know, you don't want them as an enemy. Yeah, there's something to it. God, Zoolander. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more to life than being really, really ridiculously good looking. It helps though. It helps. It really, really does. I mean, we all know the meme. You know, have you tried being born with rich parents? How about being born good looking? Really helps. Yeah. Oh, without after the amount of stuff that we've covered about China over the last like couple week, honestly, I think we're almost at the point where we're comfortable declaring the grand socialist / communist experiments failed. So, you know, chalk one up for another losing pattern. I'm an anarcho nihilist egoist in the wilds for a hot second. Interesting. Rev. There are a few good looking babies that you're like, all right, that one's not like a evil looking monster, you know, yeah. But most babies are not. They're fucking weird looking. Hey, Puka. Bro, why every modern anarcho-communist is just a diet Marxist-Leninist? Because they don't know how to do it, Kaiser. They don't know how to they don't know how to be an anarcho-communist. They just don't. They have no idea. They're LARPing for the most part, usually. They're usually some Bay Area attorney who's upper middle class. You're like, bruh. What is this one? Ah, all right. Baphomet. All right, cool. Someone needs to save the bay. Oh, left shoulder actually popped on that one. Babies are cute in the same way a pug is. Changed my mind. Jesus, you go. Oh, good. Good, Mike. Yeah, that one. Right there. It's where the pop came from. Right in there. So yeah, babies are cute in the same way a pug is. I don't think pugs are cute. I think genetic deformities leading to breathing problems isn't adorable. So if that's what if that's the illusion that you're attempting to make, then okay. Yeah, babies are cute in the same way pugs are. Ugh. Solid premarital. Yeah, pugs make me depressed, but to be fair, babies make me depressed too, so I guess it checks out. I prefer pugs to babies. But do they work together with Black Hammer for leftist unity? Volata, who... I'm sorry. I'm kind of tired today. Like, my brain has not booted up well today. I don't know why. But I'm kind of just a little bit hazy today. Just not coming together. For a hot moment, I thought about just taking the day off for the stream, but we'll see. I just, yeah, something about today. Just couldn't quite shake the fog. Seen cute new one, but it was mine. Yeah, Rev, that's just not how that works. Pugs with a little bit of other dogs mixed in are cute. Pure pugs, though, are sad. Legalist syndicalism and the Bloods and Crips control America. Omega cringe and whites. Cat. So the Southwest is officially in what's being described as a mega drought, FYI. Nevada has officially banned non-functional grass. Now, not at a house level, but it is. Let's see if I can find. There we go. Things such as grass at office parks, street medians, entrances of housing developments. Of course, the exclusions are some of the biggest offenders. Single-family homes and golf courses will be excluded. Will be excluded from this this ban, as well should rightfully so. Parks are being excluded as well. But yes, single-family homes, parks, and golf courses. It doesn't say anything about multifamily homes, condos, apartment complexes. None of that gets mentioned in this. So theoretically, apartment complexes could have their patches of grass banned as a result of this this enactment in Nevada. But our Lake Mead is, if you don't know, Lake Mead is what's behind the Hoover Dam. So yeah, it's set at a kind of record low again. It's pretty bad. It hasn't been full again since the year 2000. Lake Mead has never recovered to its full height, to its actual holding capacity since 21 years ago. So, yeah. Golf isn't going bye-bye, unfortunately. Was it you who mentioned a pug connect? Yeah, Angie. It's Count Dankula. Go watch Count Dankula's last video upload. It's about a secret society that worshipped the pug, and there's a bunch of really funny stuff in it. Hey, Shrimps. Rev, we have what's called Zenescaping, native plants and bushes, that's those sorts of things, rather than grass, which is non-native and takes a shit ton of water to support. So it's not like it will just return to a dust bowl. When people rip up grass and stuff in this area, they either put down gravel or they put down gravel plus xenoscaping. So that's the way you go in this part of the world. So y'all's closed gated communities don't have to change anything. It's not even the closed gated communities. Single family homes. Plain and simple. The golf courses, of course, yeah, they don't have to change anything either. So the bougies get to keep their golf, but people who rent don't get to touch grass anymore. Thanks, Nevada, I guess. I mean, to be perfectly honest, here's the fact of the matter. We shouldn't have grass. Las Vegas shouldn't have grass. Las Vegas shouldn't have grass. This is coming from somebody who covets my neighbor's grass. All right? My neighbor, right over there, has a grassed front yard, and I adore it. I absolutely adore it. I go and sit there and lay there sometimes in the afternoon sun, or after I come home from a walk, or if I'm just feeling like I need to clear my head, I go sit on the grass, listen to some music, do some reading, something like that, right? I absolutely adore that patch of grass right near me. We shouldn't have grass. We shouldn't. It's an absolute water sink. It is not native to the area. It's not native to the region. It's an absolute waste of resources. But again, Las Vegas is an absolute waste of resources. This city shouldn't exist. Nor should LA, nor should Phoenix, probably nor should San Diego, to be perfectly honest. There's a whole host of cities out here that should not fucking exist. So take that for what it's worth. Karina, nothing that grass, right? Nothing that would be the equivalent of grass. No. Most of the stuff that grows out here is pretty pokey. Most of our native stuff, there's some that is flowing and soft to a certain degree, but most of it is conditioned to the desert climate, which requires an external leaf structure that holds water in and fends off predators to a certain degree so they don't steal the water from the plant, right? So most of our native species are pokey or unpleasant in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, just sort of how it works. Yeah. It's just the way that goes. Oh, you're adorable. Hey, Jeffrey James 777777777 with the basically newly created Twitch profile. I always love it when that comes up. And fucking The Dawn shall be returning shortly. There will be hell to pay. We will never forget what you did. Yeah, I'm with Mitre. So what you gonna do? Oh, Caboose, Trump. Yeah, this person is just a cult member who's a little delusional. That's all. I adore that. But I thought there was hell to be paid. I mean, you promised me that there would be hell to be paid. And now you're backing away already, saying that, oh, well, the borders will be handled. That's it? That's the hell that will be paid? For all of the injustices that the left has caused the Dawn to suffer under, all of these humiliations, all of these pathetic attempts at regaining power. I mean, look at January 6th. He even managed to fail that. I would. It seems that, you know, there should be a greater retribution that must be paid, right? Right? Or is he really just a powerless, sad old man who's surrounded by a bunch of alienated, sad Americans who don't quite know what the future holds, and so their fear was preyed upon by a con artists? What do I know, though? I come to your streams for the thoughtful discussion, but I stay for the dumbass trolls, says Puka. Thank you, Puka. All the extreme policies will be gone. What extreme policies? Come on. Come on. Come on. What extreme policies? The looting and riots will end. The stealing will end. Did you know that civil asset forfeiture by the police in this country accounts for more than all of the other forms of criminal theft combined? The number one thieves in this country are actually cops. Isn't that a fun statistic? The soaring gas prices and cost of groceries will end. Did you know the cost of groceries is going to end? It sounds like Trump's going to usher in a new socialist era where foodstuffs are actually a human right. That's how that statement is worded. I mean, you know, but the soaring gas prices and cost of groceries will end. So clearly he's going to bring gas prices back down. Never mind the fact that we're already energy independent and that we don't rely upon things like OPEC for our gas prices any longer. That's neither here nor there. But the cost of groceries will end. The crazy rent prices will end. Yeah, I mean, good luck. The insane economy will end. What? Were you paying attention while Trump was president? Were the rent prices at a historic low? Were food prices at a historic low? How about imported goods from abroad? Were they at at any level of a historic low while Trump was president? No. Well, let's look at like the manufacturing sector, right? Like what about what about like, I don't know, steel prices? How about aluminum prices? How about the sales of like mass agricultural products like soybeans or corn? Were we achieving like the all-time high prices for those as we ship them abroad? No, they were rotting in the fields too. And steel and aluminum shot through the roof due to tariff structures implemented by his administration. Interesting. The homeless insanity in Los Angeles will end. Now this is hilarious. Allowing people to have 8 kids from other countries and we will pay for it. Oh. Yeah, wow. Donnie's going to house the homeless. Marxist paradise. Forcing insane public school racial propaganda will end. You know, like the 1776 Commission. Oh, wait. That was Trump. Blaming white kids for all of the problems will end. Yes, that's 100%. 100% how that works. Wait, did my dad get on Twitch? Fucking telling white children everything is their fault will end. Oh, now you're just repeating yourself. Well, that's no fun. Here's the truth. Here's the truth, Jeffrey. Either one, MAGA forever, will never see Trump as president again, and you won't put up the money to bet on it either because you're a pussy. You're a coward. All right? Just know that. We've got somebody in chat who is, for real, willing to put $1,000 bet on this topic. Pick your date, when will Donnie return, and we'll put the money in escrow. Put your money where your mouth is, motherfucker. You got $1,000? How about 100? About 150? 200? 500? What you got? What you got? Put your money where your mouth is. Coward. Yep. Pussy ass troll. Oh, Cat's willing to go to 1,500 if you want to make a few bucks. Come on. Come on. Nut up. Isn't he the Great White Hope? Oh, I love the fucking MAGA people. I love the MAGA people. They're always adorable. See, we've got multiple people who will put bets down on that. The Great White Hope actually has been a moniker for a few people. But yeah, I found it suitable to repurpose for that regards. Pretty good, Hunter. Pretty good, actually. Things are coming along. Shoulder's a little sore from yesterday's weights. You know, but it's what happens when you're basically 40 years old and you're fucking doing weightlifting and shit, right? Thanks for asking. Oh, yeah. Cat, yeah. Yeah, I thought everybody knew that at this point. Yeah, America First is very much an old-fashioned KKK slogan. Yeah. Great White, nope. Karina, I'll match your bet, Jeff. Oh, he's already fucked off. He's already fucked off. Dude, MAGA forever type people are like just sad 12-year-olds whose nuts haven't dropped yet, usually. That's all. Person, good, realistic, human, too. It's a fairly new account, but the name at least amuses me. Tangerine cultists are cowards. They are. Okay, so I talked about the drought, how we're fucking banning grass and shit here in Vegas, and then good old Jeffrey walked in with the MAGA take and shit like that, which is hilarious every time it happens. I wonder if we'll have this in like, will this be a thing like 30 years from now? Like, actually, Trump established a secret cabal and has been passing down the power through the generations. And Barron Trump right now is helming the like, how long is this cultish mentality going to run for? Are they going to be able to manage it for a few decades? Or is this eventually going to collapse into like obscurity? But it kind of amuses me to think that eventually, like, it sort of becomes this almost religion that they're like, you know, a very sort of Jesus-y thing. Like, he shall return long after Donald is dead and shit like that. He shall return and save us from the demon rats and shit like that. Like, I'd love to see it codified into like a dogma of sorts. It would be hilarious to me, at least. Yeah, we had some numericals. Real life. Oh. Yeah, that shoulder's still sore from last night. Oh. I mean, they literally thought his typos were coded messages. I think ending the drought restriction in California was a bad idea. I do too, actually. Because we're getting the same weather patterns as we did during the drought. We already been close to recovered. Until he dies. Yes. Hashtag. By the way, Elvis still lives. Of course he does. Resurrected in gold. Nice. Alright. I want to live in the timeline where Barron Trump becomes a Catboy Twitch streamer. Oof. I mean, it's not the video games that are the problem, Slavinsky Live. If you keep failing in video games and it makes you that angry that you start breaking stuff, it's not the video game's problem. So it's not, you need anger. You need therapy. You need to address those anger issues. It's that simple. Well, can't help you. Not a therapist. Oh, that's Cappy. There's Cappy. Yeah. Let's see. To be perfectly fair, I'm not a huge fan of procedural generation. I like, you're not supposed to be here if you're 17. Just telling you that right now. If you're going to openly admit you're 17, I need to ask you to leave the stream. Yep. Catch you later. Work on those anger issues. Yeah. It's that simple. Yeah, exactly, Public. I much prefer hand-designed levels. I really do. I suppose a certain level of procedural generation for landscaping can be, like, if you wanted to do the basic layout of the world, forest layout and landscaping layouts, stuff like that, geometry of the grounds, I'm okay with that, but as far as everything else goes, yeah, I much prefer hand-designed levels. The difference is between something like a No Man's Sky level versus a Hitman level, right? The amount of amazing detail you can get into a level when you hand-design it versus procedural generation, it's worlds apart, and I much prefer hand-designed levels. I really do. Yeah, if there's a real story, don't do it. Exactly. If it's just like a roguelite or something, feel free to procedurally generate. But if you're trying to do like a narrative, yeah, don't do procedural generation. It's just obnoxious. Little babies exit stage left. Some things can do it well, but AAA should not. That I agree with. That's a fucking shortcut and a half. Oh God, I stopped playing. Dude, I stopped halfway through Borderlands 2. I couldn't, I just didn't give a shit. I enjoyed the hell out of Borderlands 1. And I know many of the fans consider Borderlands 2 to be the superior. I didn't feel that way. I stopped halfway through Borderlands 2 multiple times, and I've never even bothered picking up Borderlands 3. Never even bothered trying it. That's fair, Duffy. If you're 11, then you also have to go. You are not welcome in this chat either. I'm sorry, but it is the truth. You gotta go, son. You gotta go. We cover a whole host of topics on this channel that definitely aren't appropriate for any 11-year-old. So, I missed Star Wars Uprising. That was an awesome dungeon crawler. Never played it. I played Coder, but I've never played. Oh, what was the last one that they did that was actually a halfway decent Star Wars game? With the fucking red-headed, like another random lost Jedi. I forget that one. I played that one too. So I played like 2 Star Wars games. Fallen Order, is that the most recent one? Yeah, that feels like it. Caboose, that feels like it. Fallen Order. Yep, that's it. Yeah. So yeah, I've played like 2 Star Wars games. I get to play it. It's a decent, I mean, it's decent. It's decent. It could be better. It could be a lot better, but it could be a lot worse. It could have been made like, you know, EA fucking Battlefront shit. So, yeah. It's a lot of the combat's actually very fun. If it's better than Force Unleashed, then I'll enjoy it. Yeah, I couldn't do the comparison, but yeah. Well, thank you for the fall. But yeah, if you are actually 11, you're too young for here. I unironically enjoyed EA's Battlefront. Well, I can't help you with that then, Caboose. Libertarians in USA announced today that they want child labor brought back. Louisiana lawmakers are voting to end jail time for cannabis finally. It's amazing how some of these states are lagging so far behind. How are we supposed to radicalize the youth if you spook them away? Wither, I would never encourage you to do that on your own time. I most assuredly would not encourage you to do that with your, cousins, nieces, and nephews and that sort of thing. But the channel is not the appropriate place to engage in that, for sure. It's got target lock gameplay a la Legend of Zelda or Dark Souls. Yeah, oh yeah, it's very much Dark Souls. It's Star Wars Dark Souls. That's very much what Fallen Order was. It was Star Wars Dark Souls. They took heavily from Dark Souls. Like, so many fucking games today. And to be perfectly honest, I don't like the Dark Souls gameplay loop. It's not for me. Stop respawning enemies every time I fucking heal myself and shit. Like, every time I save, you have to respawn everything. I find that just an obnoxious gameplay loop. So, yeah. It's not my preferred way to play a game. Hey Kai, 18 plus stream. Got butt sex tips? Yeah. Clean yourself out prior to the butt sex. Enema, do it several times. Forget those fleet enemas. Get a shower shot. It's a hose and a wand that hooks up directly to your shower, so you can sort of just toggle it over. Use that to properly clean out, and then use depending on what you're going to be doing, you're going to need different types of lube. Right? Like, just a quickie, you're fine with just some, like, off-the-shelf. Like, I always recommend, like, some sort of organic lube. Something that you don't have to worry about the ingredients with. But if you're going to be doing heavier stuff, then you're going to need some custom lubes that you don't normally find on your, like, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS pharmacy-style shelf, right? Those you generally buy in powder form. And then you rehydrate. You take the powder, you mix it with some hot water and some lubricant of some sort, oils, Crisco, that sort of thing, and you add the powder, and that thickens everything together, and it creates a gel. And from that is a heavy-duty lube. With that stuff, you can go to town on your partner. So, it just sort of depends afterwards. It's your lube choice, what you're going to be doing. Caboose, a long time Crisco was the go-to for fisting. Yeah, Crisco was the go-to for fisting for a very long time. But chemical and material sciences have come a long ways since then, and there are much better ones. Like I said, yeah, I use a customized powder out of Europe that is even more rigorous in their safety testing than American-based products, and they send, from that I rehydrate if we're doing anything heavy. Karina. Oh, Karina. Blood is lube. Hey, Dan. We were just trying to drive off. Like, we had a bunch of fucking children come through, and it's still low. Cool. Yeah, I don't mind fucking around with 36 people in chat. Who gives a shit? Yeah, they there was some maybe youngins that we told to get lost, and so we're having a little 18 plus fun. This is why I don't like butt stuff. I don't like the Dark Souls system personally. It takes away my fun. I'm gonna agree. Silicone lube I've used it in the past. Sometimes it works, sometimes I'm not a huge fan. No joke, I'm writing this down, says Karina. I won't give you the brand on air, but Karina, ask me off air sometime, and I'll give you the brand of the powder that I use. And trust me, it's an amazing thing. I'll teach you a little further how to use it proper, and yeah, it's amazing stuff. Um, I want to know what your bar for heavy is. I don't know. It's got a diameter to it, probably. Anything bigger than my wrist? I'm a child in my mind, but ancient at heart. Water-based lube been fine for me so far. You know, Joe. I don't know. You know. Some of the activities that I have in mind, you need a little bit more of a heavy duty lube for that sort of thing. I like all extremes, Zara. I like all extremes. Oh God. The protein shake just sort of settling in the stomach. All right, so let's see what else we got. I mentioned Louisiana. It's gonna end jail time for marijuana. Zippy. Let's see. Oh, Pakistan had a really interesting story, actually. We've had this happen here a few times in the States, but they just had it happen. A hospital patient died after a fired security guard came into the hospital and started performing surgeries. The hospital administration said, we have no idea. There is no possibility to know what he actually performed. That's how bad their tracking was. That's how bad the administration was at the hospital. Is like we know that the ex-security guard was performing surgeries here, but we're not entirely sure what he was doing. But a patient died. He even took cash from the family, because apparently that's not that uncommon in Pakistani hospital systems, to public hospitals to have to pay extra for stuff. And so he took cash from the family for like a couple of follow-up visits as well. And yeah, her pain got worse and worse, and she had to go back to the hospital, and she died. But yeah, it's not the first time that hospital had that happen either, by the way. It's literally not the first time that they had somebody who wasn't a surgeon perform surgeries at that facility. Still tight right there. And the vaccine. Oh, there it is. Yeah, vaccine shoulder's getting better. It's maybe a couple days out, but it's better. And as for having look, that's a new one though. I have to say, you look like Tony Hawk had bad plastic surgery. I've gotten the Tony Hawk comparison, never the bad plastic surgery insult on top of it, which definitely endears me to you. That's definitely a way to go. I'm sure I'll treat you fairly from this point on out. But Tony Hawk's good people. As long as you're not married to him, he's good people. I'm okay with that. So let's see. Oh, yes. Guess USA's exportation. Hey, Zippy, thank you for the resub. Apple has had to pay out a settlement that is in the millions of dollars. The exact settlement isn't really known. But basically what happened is there we go. Thank you. She sent her phone into Apple to be repaired, and they sent it to a certified technician that they contract out to. The certified technician posted 10 photos of her in various stages of undress, plus a sexually orientated video that was on her phone to her own Facebook account using her Facebook app on her phone. So it looked like she posted them herself. She demanded $5 million in damages. We don't know what she got after negotiations. But yeah, that was definitely not a good look for Apple on that one. Mitra, do most people know who Billy Gibbons is anymore? Like, I mean, within the music scene, people will know who Billy Gibbons is, but it does. How about popular culture? Do most people know who Billy Gibbons is? Nah, I just wanted to be obscure. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say that's definitely. I'm like, it's a thing. But yeah, this was actually kind of good news, but like all technology announcement and developments, come talk to me when it's actually available. He's one of the leads. He is a band member of the band ZZ Top. Yes, Caboose right there with it. Isn't he in ZZ Top? Yes. Here, that's Billy Gibbons. Yes, I got it. Usually suck at those. So like most technology developments, especially within environmental sciences, I'm super hesitant to, ever invest any level of give a shit. But this one's actually kind of interesting. So researchers at King Abdullah University of Science and Technology, so you can imagine where that's coming from, they're claiming that they've developed a economically viable system to extract high purity lithium from seawater. Basically, they're saying that they can extract 5,000 times more lithium than the previous attempts, even from low concentration sources, such as like 0.2 parts per million concentrations. Again, we're gonna need to see huge amounts of testing and field work and, the economies of rollout on that one. But if the technology actually proves viable, then extracting lithium from seawater at a low energy overhead would be life-changing in various portions of this world, for a variety of reasons. To knock the fucking lithium mining off, as well as to create an increase in battery production capacity and capability. It would be huge, but we're gonna have to wait to see if that technology pans out or not. It's not for any particular company. This is a research technology, Angie. This is they've developed a methodology. That's it. It's not for any particular company. Super Dad, it can't. Super Dad, if you wanted to view it all through a pessimistic technology development lens, it all sounds like cold fusion stuff, right? I mean, let's be honest with ourselves, Super Dad. If I described this shit to you 30 years ago, you would have said that's not possible. And at the time, it wasn't. But it became possible. So I try not to be too pessimistic about those sorts of things. I just don't get excited about them because I want to see whether the technology is successfully fielded. I want to see the economies of scale. I want to see if there's any unforeseen side effects and byproducts that we weren't made aware of, the initial tests, these sorts of things, right? But I try not to be pessimistic about technology developments because I've seen those people who say shit like, well, that's not possible. And I mean, geostationary satellites were science fiction at one time. Now they're commonplace, right? Well, then here you go, Super Dad. Read away. Ask and ye shall receive. So they found an attack tunnel, probably dug by the IDF under one of the Gaza schools. One of the Zaytun preparatory school, boys' school. It's basically an elementary school. It was damaged during the 11-day Gaza shit with the IDF recently. But they found a cavity, what appears to be a tunnel, at the location of one of the missile strikes. So basically a missile came in, blew a fucking hole in the ground, and they're like, why is there a tunnel down there? And it's approximately 7.5 meters underneath this school. And they said the tunnel wasn't connected to the school. There's no indication of entry points. There's no egress points or anything like that. So all they can assume is that it's just one tunnel dug by the IDF, more likely than anybody else, for a point of entry for attack further into Gaza. But they're still trying to figure out where the tunnel goes and comes from and goes to. But yeah, just because the school was blown the fuck up by a missile strike by the IDF, they found the tunnel. Hey, Zealot converted from a Prime Gaming sub to a tier 1. Let's see. Thank you kindly. Either way. Somebody poo-pooed the Wright brothers' idea of an airplane, saying everything that could be invented had been invented. 7 months prior, I believe it's 7 months prior, to the Wright brothers achieving sustained flight, the New York Times published an article saying that human sustained flight could possibly be 1 million years out. 7 months later, the Wright brothers achieved sustained flight. 1 million years down to 7 months. I don't put much. I don't heed those who poo-poo on human technological development. In my lifetime, I've seen too grand of technological developments occur. I don't. It's like we can't do that. Don't say that. You'll be proven wrong. You will. You look at memory capabilities now. You look at transmission capabilities. You look at bandwidth. You look at processing capabilities. You know, graphical processing capabilities. The physics engines that we're building for stuff now. The modeling, the machine learning. I gotta tell you, I would hate to be in somebody's shoes that says that technologically speaking, X is not possible. It's like, don't bet against humans when it comes to technological development. That's an easy lesson I've learned. Well, then it's super dead true, and I have an understanding of the physics behind geosynchronous orbits. Then you, more than anybody, should not be one to be too doubtful. Holding for an eco company that does aqua refining. Don't know if the technology got picked up by them. There's that sort of technology exists in various spectrums already. Angie, for sure. If I were to take a guess, technology is probably just a modified version of reverse osmosis, which we're starting to do to desalinate seawater for drinking and industrial use. From what I understand, it's a lot more energy efficient than reverse osmosis, but it's probably something. Let's see. It is a filtration process at the end of the day, one way or the other. But apparently uses a membrane with a crystalline structure to create the pattern of the holes that lithium passes through. Seawater goes into a central feed chamber. Positive lithium ions pass through what they're referred to as an LLTO, a lithium lanthanum. Lithium lanthanum titanium oxide membrane, LLTO. So seawater flows into the central feed chamber. Positive lithium ions pass through the LLTO membrane into a side compartment that contains a buffer solution and a copper cathode coated with platinum and ruthenium. The same time, the negative ions exit the feed chamber through a standard anion exchange membrane, passing through a third compartment containing a sodium chloride solution and a platinum ruthenium anode. They were testing the cell at a voltage of 3.25 volts, and the cell generated hydrogen gas at the cathode and chlorine gas at the anode, and that drives the transport of lithium through the LLTO membrane. And then lithium just accumulates in the side chamber. The lithium-enriched water then becomes the feedstock for 4 more cycles of processing, which eventually reaches concentration levels of 9,000 parts per million, up from the 0.2 parts per million. So, they then have to change the pH of the solution a little bit to deliver apparently solid lithium phosphate, and for that's pure enough for to meet battery manufacturer specifications. But it's working. Maybe. We'll see. Zealot, sorry. Yeah, sorry it didn't continue it, which is fucking weird as shit. Did I see that Grimes video about AI and communism? No, Rev. Because I don't watch videos by Grimes, nor do I watch videos by Musk. Yeah. It's actually, it's kind of not reverse osmosis in a way, because it's using physical and chemical reactions it's using the ionic draw of the molecules to pass them through the filter rather than pressure backed, which is what reverse osmosis uses. Reverse osmosis is high energy consumption because of that very fact, that you're basically just you're using a hydraulic ram to push water through this membrane, whereas this is just drawing the lithium particles through the membrane by its own ionic action by all accounts. I mean, somebody with a material science degree such as Superdad needs to read the paper and then get back to us on whether the specificities of that look one way or the other. But yeah. Talking about the media shitting on technological developments, I just think how there was hype on Enron doing streaming services in the age of pre-58K. 56K, maybe? Whether too many big words. Yeah, and like I said, my brain has not booted up well today. I'm still have like multisyllabic chemical names like that. They usually are fairly easy for me, but I'm a little foggy today for some reason. It's probably a good plan. I only saw lefty reactions to it, which pissed me off on multiple facets. Ugh, God, Rev, I feel you. I feel you, Rev. LTO batteries are dope. What about amps? You can be recharged 20,030. Upfront costs. Stick to lithium ion 18650s because the price is so much cheaper. What are they running for? Like, what's It's been a while since I've had to buy a lithium pack. So 8650. Why? Come on, eBay. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you for making that choice, Murdercon. Yeah, at that price point, I get it. I just wanted just a fair market price. Murdercom, thank you for the recommendation. I actually have a battery store down the fucking street from me that, like, for real, it's just a battery store. That's all they sell are just batteries galore of all sorts and types. So, you know, yeah, I'd probably support the local store if I were going to do something like that. But yeah, just another Therasexual. How am I? I'm adequate. Shoulders a little tweaked from yesterday's workout, but I'm okay. You know, my small fiber neuropathy is a little bit of a pain in the ass. It's annoying my nose today, as you can see me having to keep doing this, like it's bothering my face. But thanks for asking. How about yourself? I know, I'm pretty sure very few people would have heard of this if she wasn't in a relationship with him. Yeah, I wouldn't know who the fuck Grimes was if she wasn't banging Elon. For sure. Oh, nice. I mean, that's an interesting hobby. No, J Miles, 1 in 50 chance is a little too high for me. It's a little too high for me. And like 200,000 for a lifelong amputation / disability like that, for a 1 in 50 chance, no. That cost benefit on that one doesn't pan out for me. Glad to hear it. Oh, a music artist. Sorry, not sorry if I don't think marrying famous persons is achievement mentionable. Fair enough. I didn't really know who Elon was until like 2 years ago. And again, see, this is the question. This is why I think the technology would work too. I mean, I don't have the material science understanding that you didn't necessarily do, Super Dad, but it seemed like a feasible product from my sort of old school chemistry understandings. I was like, this seems to be sound in principle, but I mean, that's where my reticence comes from, is holding back to understand byproduct and economies of scale. How does this end? What does this end up costing at scale and these sorts of things? That's where my questions actually lie. And yeah, the byproducts are going to be interesting. But if you can dilute the byproducts, if you literally only extract the lithium and the byproducts can be re-diluted back to seawater levels, and you can discharge that along with the seawater, then I don't necessarily see the downside on that one. Nice weather. Even when I was a chud, I couldn't trust Musking. Billionaire was always skeevy to me. Oh, let's see. What else did I come across? The UK's cutting aid again. Fucking 70,000 people may be left without health services, and maybe 100,000 without water. Like, it's the world's largest refugee settlement. Fucking Cox's Bazar. Aid agencies wrote to the Foreign Office Minister to like pressure Boris Johnson, but it probably they're going to cut foreign aid to a massive immigrant camp and cause all sorts of God knows what as a result. But hey, Murakami, if you know, politics, economics, theology, batteries falls under politics and economics both, because environmental causes, future power, energy decisions, all these sorts of things. Those are wide ranging, have plenty of ramifications. Oof, sorry to hear that, public. I believed he was one of the good ones. Nah. Bezos is going. Oh, Jesus, sorry. Bezos is going to space. Maybe he'll stay there. We wouldn't be that lucky. We wouldn't be that lucky. Was this the UK? Because I think, no, it wasn't the UK. It was just New Orleans. Of course, it was New Orleans. I'm just going to read you the fucking headline. And you can New Orleans police officer age 54 groomed and raped a 14-year-old girl over 4 months after he was assigned to take her to the hospital for a rape kit for a different sexual assault. Just some highlights, in case you are already feeling like, you know, all right, let's just push you over the edge. Woke her up with a flashlight and groped her. Struck her with his baton. Twisted her arm while talking about how easily he could break it. Joked about killing her loved ones. Had her underwear on his person when he was arrested. But wait, there's more. He can't actually be charged with rape. Not at the state level, at least. Because Louisiana makes a distinction. He used his fingers to penetrate her, rather than his penis. That's not rape, according to the state of Louisiana. You angry now? He'll still be a chum. Say Swede. Shouts, yeah, Karina shouting TOS stuff. Caboose shouting TOS stuff with Karina. Just disappointed. She's the most dad thing I've ever heard you say, super dad. Are they also the men can't be raped state? Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Let me just check. Interesting. They aren't one of the states where you, surprisingly enough, there is a marital rape exception. Which, FYI, my state, Nevada, has a marital rape exception. You literally, you can't rape your wife or husband here. That's still on the books here in Nevada, and it's still actually used. Oh, Oh yeah, yeah. No, he's going to prison, Swede. But I mean, cop shows up to take you to the hospital after you were sexually assaulted to get your rape kit done, and he rapes you. What do you think that trauma is going to look like? What do you think those? How long do you think those therapy sessions are going to be going for? And he used to do it in his squad car. Yeah, she's gonna be in therapy till she's 100. Yeah. Just what I think I'm fine-tuning out of politics entirely. I hear stories like that, and it's like, God fucking damn it, I gotta keep caring. Yeah, you do, Kat. You do. You can't. You're not allowed to check out. This is what happens if people check out. If people check out, 14-year-old girls get raped by police officers. I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm not fucking joking. I'm not being glib. I'm saying that with seriousness. If you check out of politics, what happens is 14-year-old girls get raped by police officers. That's it. If we check out, the monsters run amok. It's just that way. The people who have very, very little in common with what we would describe as basic common decency and humanity, those fuckers, yep, they will run amok. Matthew, attention, it all starts with attention. Ignorance is the source of so much. Action, sure, but action without attention is just swinging in the wind. It starts with you paying attention. It starts with getting angry. It starts with caring. But first, it starts with resolving the ignorance. It starts with paying attention. It really does. You're missing the point. You can't skip that step. I'm not saying stop at that step. I'm saying that that's the first step, and you can't skip it. If people are ignorant of the problem, then action can't be taken. So putting your head in the sand and remaining ignorant and choosing not to involve yourself in the political sphere prevents action. There is no possibility of that action you so desire if ignorance is the place you start from. It's just how it works. Step 1, learn. Step 2, get angry. Step 3, do something. Oh, I do believe. Yep. Bingo! Cat spot on. Oh, so that's the cop that raped the 14-year-old on the way to taking her for the... And by the way, because we were talking about Huawei over the weekend, that literally, oof, yeah, people don't like hearing about the nasty truth. Fucking, that rape story drove a bunch of people away. Huawei, all U.S. investment in Huawei is banned. It's official now. We were talking about this over the weekend. That's done now. All right, I'm gonna jump into on air. If you want to join me, you know what to do. Fucking David Dushman died. He was the last surviving Auschwitz liberator. He was the last soldier he was actually Red Army.
Yeah, it was a Soviet.
Yeah, he was the last surviving Auschwitz liberator. He has died. So all those that managed to do some shit and see some shit at Auschwitz that would have been supremely filled with schadenfreude. They are no longer with us. Yes. What does fucking Swedes say? That's like how people like Tommy Tuberville in Alabama can stand up and give a speech on inflation and ignorant people will eat it up because they don't understand that fiscal policy can do just as much to quell inflation as monetary policy. Ignorance gives permission. Ain't that a bitch? Is it just U.S. citizens who are banned then? How do they track who invests and who to punish? Basically, it's U.S. citizens. If you know how to launder your cash through offshore corporations, then this doesn't affect you. It's that simple. The highest tiers, they'll be able to. Hey, Shrimps, thank you for the resub. Swede. OFAC is the Office of Foreign Assets Control, right? They may catch you if you're under a certain... I mean, let's face it. The fucking Bush family helped the Nazis fund shit. Corporations got caught selling to and trading with Iran and Iraq and Afghanistan when sanctions were on them. Your faith in the OFAC is probably a little greater than mine, Sweet. There have been too many that slipped through the cracks over the years. But that's just my cynical ass, maybe.
Probably is.
Oh, and Naomi Wolf got fucking banned from Twitter finally.
Who is she again?
She masquerades as Dr. Naomi Wolf on Twitter, even though she is in no way, shape, or form that kind of doctor, not an MD kind of Dr. Phil sort of shit. You're like, oh, she. I think her doctorate is in literature. And so yeah, she's infamously a third wave feminist. And she's definitely gone off the deep end the last 20 years or so. She started getting a little crazy around the aughts and has just been getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And she started posting like batshit crazy conspiracy theories about COVID vaccines and stuff. Like, I think one of hers was the second vaccine is because they want to do a software upgrade on the nano machines they injected in the first.
Are you fucking serious?
She like crazy fucking conspiracy theories, right? And so yeah, she one of her recent ones was that the urine and feces of people who received the vaccine need to be separated from general sewage, while tests were done to determine whether that would impact the water supply for non-vaccinated people.
My God.
Yeah, she's been falling off the wagon for a while now. And yeah, she's look, I'm not gonna walk into that shit pile of fire dumpster garbage bullshit that is, look, third wave feminism has some problems. Let's just leave it at that. I have no problem with feminism. I have no problem with women. I have no problem with first and second wave feminism, but third wave feminism, as it has come to be known, has some issues. And she is definitely symbolic of some of that problematic behavior. Let's just put it that way. So yeah, she got her ass booted from Twitter for saying crazy ass shit.
God damn, man.
Yeah. Gaslight gatekeep girl boss, said Shrimps.
Sounds about right.
So yeah, it's we talked about this like when we were hanging out over the weekend, but for the stream, this is great. This is fucking great. And if for those of you who understand Kai's twisted sense of reality by me saying great, strap the fuck in, right? So Hoover, Alabama. Late one night in February of 2019, a 31-year-old woman who's in a seemingly troubled marriage gets rushed into an emergency room in Birmingham, Alabama, with a gunshot wound to her upper right arm. Her name was Megan Montgomery. She told her doctors, quote, "He shot me." According to an investigation report obtained by NBC, by he, she meant her husband, a local police officer by the name of Josh McIntosh. Police took her husband's pistol away. The state's top law enforcement agency gave it back, despite pending domestic violence charges and an active protective order. Just 16 days after that, he used the gun to shoot and kill her during another late-night dispute.
It's like a straight-up Onion article.
Yep.
Like, beyond parody.
Football. Doctor of Literature, did you say? So a failed writer goes to Twitter. Swede said, fun fact, Hoover, Alabama is usually host to the nation's #1 high school football team. Swede, and now I feel stupid for sharing a fun fact.
Amazing.
And I love multiple people actually drop the, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cops sure are brave heroes. Hey, somebody's got to beat their wives, you know? The wives aren't going to beat themselves.
Flip it.
Can't forget the
Flip it,
children,
chat.
too. Somebody's got to beat those kids, too.
Flip it, chat.
Yeah, that's why we need the police, folks. We need it. Oh, man. I swear to God, these fucking people.
Yeah.
Oh, my big bear said used to be, but Hoover isn't near the program that used to be. Somebody follows high school football.
Yeah.
Caboose has shot his wife before, is given the gun back, shoots her again. There was no way to know. There was no way to predict this would happen. Not a single solitary way. Apparently, police families are a large part of the domestic violence statistics. Rev, though it has been disputed, the always repeated number is 40%. You're 40% more likely to be involved in domestic violence if you are the spouse of a police officer.
Yep.
Or child of. Immediate family. There are violently misogynistic grooming gangs running through our streets. The police. It's like the Empire building a second Death Star with a fatal flaw. Hey. Exol, I'm still dipping my toes into leftism, but I unironically do think we need some police. Of course, I understand that police often have bloated budgets and more avenues ought to be used, like mental health services, but I really feel like the cop hate goes too far. Do you have anything to say to that? 'Cause I really don't.
It's like, I don't know. I mean, you don't have to be like a full anarchist if you don't want to. It's cool. Libertarian socialists want some police.
The fact that you're willing to just like have the conversation and start and be like, look, there's some problems here, we need to fix them. Is better than just sitting there banging, like rolling out a fucking thin blue line flag and saying, you know, crocodile tears, but who will save the children? You know, so fuck it. It's a win as far as I'm concerned.
It's just like, you know, it's whatever, man. I mean, like, don't, like, obviously don't say that around certain people. You will cop some shit, but, like, it's whatever. It's not, like, that big of a deal.
It's a starting place. It's a starting point, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'd probably go further, but, you know, I don't have to. I can have the further conversation with you rather than the starting conversation, which is a huge boon to anybody in that arena. So, as far as I'm concerned, dude, I mean,
we're in a country where people saw, like, half the country saw the George Floyd video and saw, yeah, that guy didn't get killed. Like, trust me, you like, just admitting there's like a systemic problem is more than enough.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah. If everybody was like you, Exol, cool. Right?
Sure.
It's a starting position. I'm happy.
Right.
Hey, Jack. Yeah, there's some people. Well, Exol, all right, chat's going to handle that, I'm sure. Exol, but I'll run a long and short of it. Basically, did you know in this country that just by being a member of a what's deemed a criminal gang or a criminal organization, you are legally culpable for the actions of those that also belong to the organization, using many of the same gang laws that they use to charge Crips and Bloods and MS-13 and all of these other sorts of scary names that you see on the nightly news. Basically, if your homeboys are down the street and they do a drive-by one night, even though you're sitting back at the pad just counting cash from today's take, you are legally culpable for what happened in that drive-by due to your belonging to that criminal organization, right? This is the same principle as all cops are bastards. This is the operating modality, is that you belong to a criminally corrupt organization. And since you are not attempting to dismantle said criminally corrupt organization, you are culpable for the behavior of those that are considered your compatriots, your fraternal brothers, etc., and so forth. This is the thought process, that since you are not attempting to fix it, that you are essentially an accessory after the fact to anything that they may do that is criminal. So this is the thought process behind that. Chat's probably going to do a whole bunch of stuff anyway. Irish Swede says racketeering, Rev accomplice or something. Pig Bemis US #1. Fucking.
See, the cupcake, it's kind of the problem with the phrase, all cops are bastards. It's targeting individuals.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, it's a dumb phrase. It's the same, like, argument with, like, defund the police. Like, nobody actually means, like, defund them out of existence. A lot of people just mean, let's take some money out of police budgets and just route them into, like, different social services and, like, leave police fundamentally as, like, it's a dumb fucking phrase if it doesn't describe what you actually mean.
Yeah, I would go with, like, PIB. Like, policing is broken or something like that. Like,
Shit, like you know, there's ways to go around it.
There's more nuanced turns of phrase we could use to attempt to describe the situation as we see it, but the zeitgeist has chosen their terminology.
And I mean, and I think it's important to have that represented, but it's just like, fuck, it's cringe. Like, it's just not a good fucking phrase. That's why we have to make fucking 15-minute videos about it. You know, explaining that it's not fucking critiquing individuals. Like, it's bad optics.
Yeah, RV hates him for having that name. We've got a special relationship. Yeah, by special it means RV hates him. Fucking hey there, RZ. Yeah, it's a bit of a branding issue. It's definitely, but it's what the populace has chosen to run with, and so we unfortunately end up having to asterisk explanation C subsection 5B sort of shit for it. Is what it is.
So ACBOOWAB. That's a.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't.
Yeah, that's the truth, Rev. Reality isn't easily condensed into slogans.
Right.
Fucking.
That is like a big issue of ours, whether like it's just we don't know how to market. Like, we just don't fucking know how to do it.
Mathby. I mean, okay, so how do we condense that down into a slogan? But, you know, yeah. Marketing, optics. Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you a demon crap? Hashtag not vaccinated.
God.
The left's PR department is as bad as the police, says Irish.
Pretty much, yeah. Like we like all of our fucking phrases don't mean what we actually mean. Like all men are pigs or whatever. Like it's just like what that like that just doesn't fucking work.
Well, I mean that, and I mean the truth of the matter is slogans don't work.
Yeah, they don't.
They work. They work. They work wonders, but they don't work. Right? Like if you understand the distinction I'm making is they'll motivate the masses. They'll give them a rallying point. But as far as nuanced adult conversations go,
but I think some of them do though. Like for example, Make America Great Again. Fucking Build the Wall. Like these are things where we could like there's some
except
like,
they don't mean anything.
Yeah.
That's
but
the
what
problem.
I'm saying is that, like, but there's a central thing that it describes. Whereas ACAB could mean, like, once you say the phrase all cops are bastards, the natural question is why? And
I would give you, if you didn't do Make America Great and you only went with the wall, Build the Wall, I would grant you that argument. But the fact that you decide to rope in Make America Great, which is the most fucking vague phrase ever uttered. Yeah. No gods, no masters. That works. How about HPA, hold politicians or police or perverts accountable? I mean, I guess. That's how little I've seen HPA used. Oh God, what is it?
Oh God.
Oh Jesus, fuck me.
Oh, that's fucking stupid.
Who fucking held that up? I swear to God, oh God. We are so bad at marketing. So bad at it.
Yeah.
As a collective, we're bad. Hold people accountable, says Super Dad. Yeah, I mean there you go.
Just start. I mean, we could even just do hold police accountable, like with the ACAB. That's a good start. That way, so hold police accountable, or like we could literally just say the policy, like let's end qualified immunity, or fucking something like end qualified immunity. You can see that in the BLM protest.
Yeah, EQI, end qualified immunity. Fucking be excellent to each other. See, this is what happens. Fucking Rufus died. All right, George Carlin, fucking Rufus died, and then that third shitty Bill and Ted movie came out with like weird looking old Keanu shaved, and everything's just wrong. This is how we know this is the bad timeline. This isn't the good timeline. How many Americans know what qualified immunity is? Ugh, fucking...
Enough. Not enough. ACAB is a true statement, though. No, it's not. It just fucking isn't. Alright? Let's not fucking essentialize this, alright?
Fucking way to be a reductionist, Kaiser.
I don't know.
I need to hang from a door.
Alright, RZ. Also, how much them fucking little bars you can hang on the door cost?
Oh, I have one.
Ah, okay.
I actually, no, I don't have one that you hang from the door. I have one of the ones that you fucking mount to the frame. But yeah, I'll just hang from a doorway. And then I've got tomorrow I've got training, so I've got plenty of fucking bars in the gym to hang from. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Jesus fucking Christ. Here, I'll put it on the screen. Libertarian Party of New Hampshire, LPNH, on Twitter. Legalize child labor. Children will learn more on a job site than in public school.
Well, there you go.
We've been saying it before. Like, nobody... For fuck's sake, pay attention, people. Pay the fuck attention. Like, if libertarians or neo-feudalists or just generally capitalists at large had the opportunity, they would pay you nothing. they would employ children for free as slaves, and they would enslave you. How do we know this? Because we have to have a legal minimum wage, and we have to forbid them from having children in mines because they've done it before. Like, this isn't new. We know what would happen if we removed the minimum wage and child labor laws. There would be fucking 6-year-olds crawling through small holes underground for fucking, like, 50 cents. I don't know what to do with people who don't get this shit on a regular basis. Like, we've walked this path already. Like, this is why these things exist. It's because they will own you. They will turn you into chattel. All right? They will literally own your ass if you give them the opportunity. Look at fucking building fire safety codes, for fuck's sake. Yeah, all fire safety codes are written in human blood. It's that simple. If you want to know why those fire safety and building codes are the way they are, it's because somebody died. Straight up. That's how all of those regulations and codes get written, is in human blood. Yeah.
Yeah, that's and Angie, you have to realize that the whole point, like, libertarians want to just strip away regulation on, like, everything. So yeah, child labor laws, that's on the table. They're willing to just poof them away.
Yep. Yeah, the kill letting gas saga, which I'm still convinced, by the way, that's why the baby boomers are the way they are. It's because they were the last generation to really get inundated at childhood with leaded gasoline. I think it fucked them up. I really do. And I don't think there's an amount of studies that could convince me otherwise at this point, frankly. Let's see. Catch you later, Zippy. Take care of yourself. Yeah, oh yeah, Caboose, trust me, I know. And yeah, anything that gets in the way of profit, poof. I fucking know. I don't fucking know anymore. Fact of the matter is like, how much more convincing do you have to do? How many more people? It feels like we should be almost at critical mass at this point. Like, I'm sorry. Like, how much work do we need to do to convince these dumb fucks of this stuff?
Too much.
Yeah. Seems
but, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like we're having to work entirely too hard for this.
Yeah, but, somebody's got to do it.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying, like, it feels like this shouldn't be that difficult. Like, the fact that there's somebody unironically posting to Twitter as like a political party representative saying, bring back get rid of child labor laws, bring back child labor. It feels like I've been alive for almost 4 decades. It feels like I've slid back like 100 years in my life. Like, the progress we've made doesn't feel like progress. It legitimately feels like I'm somehow trapped in the 1880s to 1920s labor movement all of a sudden. And we're having to fight the same fights all over again. This is weird as fuck. Rev, that's unironically what they were fucking arguing. That child labor builds character. They were literally saying children will learn more on a job site than in public school. Fuck's sake. Oh, we're fucked. I saw somebody arguing with somebody else online today about how somebody said that basically nobody needs college. Trade school would be good enough for most people. And somebody came back, just snapped back, and they're like, you know what? love of the arts and understanding of literature and economics and science and math crosses all bounds. And just because you may be training in a trade doesn't mean necessarily that you need to be denied history and literature, because these things impact how you see the present and how you contextualize or conceptualize the future. And this is a large part of why we're as bad as we are as a nation, is because people are missing that. How many times on this channel have we had to provide historical context for things? Because nobody knows what the fuck happened 10 years ago, let alone 100 years ago. It's, it's like, cool, all right, go to trade school, but still, we should provide a more broad education. Those trade schools should realistically be a part of the grander university and collegiate program design in this country. And we should be, one, not only paying for school at a fucking single-payer universal policy level, but we should be compensating students to go to school as well, because they are our future anyway, and you're going to lean on them as a tax base in the future anyway. So why don't we give them a leg up as much as we can in the beginning? That way they're more profitable in the end, right? Like, this seems like, I don't understand half these fucking capitalists, quite frankly. It's like they're just bad at being capitalists. It's like,
that was the point. It's just the excess starts consolidating into fewer and fewer hands. Less people have to deal with the fallout. Thus, where we're at now.
Yeah, super dead. But Kai, what about their bootstraps? Tiny hands work the machines. Exactly. Society has only ever benefited from its mass education of its populations. Discouraging people from getting education is only going to hurt society. Swede said Confessions of an Economic Hitman should be a companion novel in American history post-World War II. Good luck with that. They don't want you knowing the fucking program. Existential. Can I have a piece of coal? I'm starting to think that the focus on strong families instead of strong communities, the capitalist realism brainwashing scheme cooked up by the religious right to deflect from social welfare programs. Oh, fuck. There's too much fog for me even to start peeling that apart, but probably yes. Fucking... What did Mitre say? I love that people that have never studied education think they know all about education. Usually they're just shit students. Mitre, are you telling me that there's some weird... Are you implying that... Are you inferring... No, I'm sorry. You would be implying, I would be inferring. Sorry, like I said, foggy. Are you implying that there's some sort of study of education? Huh. Maybe they should come up with a word for that. I don't know. Something weird, something difficult to pronounce. Those of you who don't know, the word for the study of education is called pedagogy. And it's educationology. Exactly, Exalt. Yeah, the word is pedagogy, and it's fucking brutal if you've never heard it said out loud when you look at it. You take one look at the word and you're like, what is that? Pedagogy. Pedagog. It's a dumb word. Jack, don't be surprised by what people don't know anymore. I'm constantly... Pedometer. Yes, exactly. Pedometer. I still... Dude, did you see that shit I put in fucking... Where I put it? About the subreddit that I found?
Oh, yeah, that shit is wild.
Dude. That one was...
The amount of coping.
That one was rough. I won't beat around the bush. Okay, so there's this subreddit I found called it's r/immobile. IMMOBILE. It's people eating their way to being immobile. Like, that's the goal, is to overeat and underexercise to the extent to which you no longer are mobile. And you're thinking, well, there's probably only 3 people. No, the subreddit's full. It's full. It's terrifyingly astoundingly full of fucking people. It's with pictures. It's horrific to look at. Yeah. Slim and Beans, purposefully? Yes, purposefully. On purpose. This is very intentional decision they're making. It's, I mean, maybe the disability thing factors into it. Maybe. But it seems to be more than that. This isn't just like a disability grift. This is a lot more. And I don't have the necessary psychology degrees to even begin to peel apart what the fuck might be going on in a lot of these people's heads. But yeah. I couldn't even begin to fathom wanting to do that to myself. But hey. Maybe Beans. I legitimately, I have no clue as to, I got nothing. Right? Like that's a fucking nightmare to somebody like me. But yeah. Oh Jesus, Wither. Reverse anorexia or some shit. It's Beans. Caboose. I'm 380 and I fucking hate it. It sucks. I overeat. I overheat. I can't fucking breathe. I struggle walking upstairs. It's a fucking pain to be this fat. I can't even imagine what it'd be like to be that big. I got nothing. Again, it just mystifies me. Wither, I was thinking about making a theory, I don't know what I'm in for, on facilitating education in a small community, and I landed on neuroplasticity for the individual. But I was looking for a way to better understand mass or small group education better. Not exactly being a teacher, but developing or finding different educational systems. Advice, yes. 1, talk to Meet Trey. 2, get into the study of pedagogy. So, yeah. So I love that. Slim and Beans asks Caboose, what's this page called? And Caboose just comes back with, can I convince you to reconsider? Like, it's rough to look at. It's rough to look at. Look, if you want to see it, there's the link. Please don't harass any of these people. Please don't be fucking dickheads to any of these people. Clearly, they're not well in a multitude of ways. So they're... But... yeah. If you want to peek, there you go. Is there a phrase for the universe providing something you've been looking for? I mean, from a writer's standpoint, Deus Ex Machina definitely would probably fall into that. But happenstance, fate. What's the other one that I'm looking for? Some of the writers amongst us might have that one. There's another word in there that I'm looking for. Serendipity. Thank you, Irish. That was the one I was trying to fucking, and Rev got to it as well. Thank you both. Serendipitous. Yes. That was the plot armor. And ComSciCom, thank you for the follow. Yeah, Serendipitous was the one I was actually looking for. But yeah, I would fucking Wither, talk to Mitre, ask Mitre for advice in this regard. And then to get into pedagogy. There are... I'll try and find... let me write myself a note for you. Wither! I will try and find. I have something on influential anarchist educators somewhere in my collection. I'll try and figure out where the fuck it is, Wither. But Wither, look what I found. Oh, look what arrived in the mail. The new copy of the activist Dao De Ching. So it is coming to you, Wither. But look what happened. Look, there's an extra activist Dao De Ching. So I have 2 of these. One was promised to Wither, but I have another that I'm perfectly comfortable and capable of giving away. So if anybody actually wants it, let me know. Ancom.com says, I would like, please. We'll see. Sure, I'll be there in October, says Swede. Swede, you can buy your own goddamn copy. Swede, you are the last person who needs mutual aid.
I'll pick it up while I'm there.
Yeah, like, Swede, I'll fucking read you my copy when you're here in October. Fucking Jesus Christ. All the people who would need a free copy. I've got 2 good.
Go ahead.
No, it's just fucking Korean and I've got 2 books to get through. Send it to Costa Rica, says Jack. All right, let's see. I'm not sure if it's a bad sign that I find gore less disturbing than the immobility subreddit, or a good sign. Yeah, I'm with you, fucking Caboose. So what were you gonna say?
We're just gonna chime into the whole minimum wage conversation. Also, so I'm critiquing both sides here. So, RZ, the problem isn't inflation. They would be the, I'll just explain it in one sentence. FB, the problem here is that by raising the minimum wage here in the States, the way that global conglomerates would compensate for that higher overhead cost here in the States when we actually sell the products is that it would raise the overhead costs. So what companies would do is that they would lower their wages in underprivileged countries to basically keep overhead costs around the same price. Essentially, if you have to pay your workers more on the final stage of it, you have to pay the middlemen shit, basically. Oh, you can give you study that they don't, and that isn't the reason, Cat. Well, I mean, that's part of it. It's not the biggest reason.
Fucking Kaiser. Lao Tzu is less than Confucius, which is Confucius. For those of you who don't know who Confucius is, that's Confucius. And yeah, I definitely fight over that one. Fucking fuck Confucius and all those Confucian followers. Fucking rigid, strict social hierarchies, class structures. Yeah, Confucianism can go suck a fat one. That's Lao Tzu. Slim and Beans. Taoism is Lao Tzu. Or Lao Tzu, depending on which it names, historical, potentially mythological, or, apocryphal characters. The names get a little all over the place over the years. But Lao Tzu or Lao Tzu is the creator of Taoism. Yeah. Confucian legalism less than Taoist anarchism. Anarchists claim Taoists as proto-anarchists, so King Kong greater than Confucius. Minimum wages only help the rich to get richer. It's an illusion that you can climb up a ladder or the likes. Let's see. I fucking sweet. No. Oh. Oh, we'll catch you later, Puka. Sleep well. Take care of yourself. Yeah, like, you know, thanks for stopping by. What's my view on Sun Tzu? I always have a copy of The Art of War, The Art of Warfare, in my collection. The very first copy of The Art of War that I gave away was a fairly old copy. When I left the Boys and Girls Clubs, my intern, my protege of sorts that I told them to hire, who had gone to that regional set of clubs, I handed him my copy and told him, study it. It'll come in handy. I'm a big fan of Sun Tzu, and I'm a big fan of The Art of War. You may not like a lot of the lessons in it. You may not like how a lot of those lessons have been used over the years and by whom they've been used. You may not like the outcome of a lot of those lessons, but it's best to know your enemy's tactics. And that book is highly influential across the globe, within corporate structures, within military structures, within political structures. That book is hugely influential in a lot of theory places. And so, yeah, I've never been far without a copy of The Art of War. So I quite like what Sun Tzu had to say. Beans. Hey, look at that. Fucking mutual aid praxis. Fucking Mitre Wither connected. Done. Job done.
There you go.
Yep. Oh. What was it? What's the Rangers thing? Oh, it's escaping me. It'll come to me later. Either way. Glazy, I stream 5 days a week. Literally. I keep The Art of War on a bookshelf to casually let my guests know, fuck around and find out, says Angie. No, not Power Rangers. The Rangers. As in the Army Rangers. As in Rangers lead the way. Problem solved, problem staying solved. Rangers lead the way. I knew it was in there somewhere. Yeah. When Rangers solve a problem, the problem stays solved. They're an interesting group. They're by far a fascinating group to study from a military tactics point of view, but they find a lot of their stuff at the SAS British Commando origin, so go back and study the commandos. I'm glad my lack of knowledge jogged your memory. Yeah, it did. It actually did, Beans. Thank you. It really did. The Power Rangers thing, for some reason, fucking triggered it. Somebody type exclamation schedule for these people, please. Thank you, Ancom Psycom. There's the schedule. I stream at different times on different days. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is 5:30 p.m. Pacific US time. Tuesday, Thursdays are 11:30 p.m. Pacific. Caboose, because there's a cooldown on the commands, so people can't spam them. Yeah. That's how that works. Wow. And there's even a schedule down below on the Twitch page that tells you this stuff. Oh, Jesus Christ. Do you see the latest one, Cat?
Yeah, I don't know what to say to that, to be frank.
It's a 3-hour-old account, so.
Okay, well, I'm just, I was kind of just like shocked.
I mean, it's a Schedule 1, not a Schedule I, but, either way. They can't stop me because I can't read, says Jack. So hold on. Somebody just told me there may or may not be a schedule. For sure. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's weird. Let's see. What were they? Fucking Mr. Raw Dog. Is my boy juice a Schedule 1 drug? No, it is not. It is. It has been approved for medical uses, so it does not qualify for a Schedule 1 purpose. Maybe a Schedule 2, depending on who's in the administration.
All right, let's take a call really quick. I'll be right back.
The DEA does, but Congress doesn't. And technically the look, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit one way or the other. Not a Sternerite. But the fact that you know that means I know who you are in some way, shape, or form. You've been around before. If you're dropping shit like I'ma educate you Sternerite shits, you're somebody who's familiar. You're at least familiar with Cat. So whoever Mr. Raw Dog is familiar with the channel. They said, I'ma educate you Sternerite shits.
It's funny because like whenever I talk about Sterner, I'm just relentlessly shit on by you.
Yeah.
In particular.
Well,
like someone has a beef with me. It's hilarious.
It's like, so,
It's like, yeah, Kai is not a Sternerist. I'm the only one that could be considered a Sternerist.
I consider Sterner the drop of bleach in water that you're attempting to make potable. All right? You need some of him, and he will save you from dying from like some fucked up Giardia or, something like that, right? Sterner's necessary to the equation, but in such an infinitesimally small amount that it's near impossible to conceive. That's my feelings towards Sterner as a whole. But the fact that you even dropped a Sterner reference means you've been around at least once. So, yeah. How do I get a prescription for Dat Boy juices? Kaiser, magically age like 15 years.
I came from no comment chick. Okay, that doesn't help us because does she know? I mean, does she know about me in particular? Because I'm the Sternerist here. I am the resident Sternerist of this channel. Okay, like what the fuck's going on?
Oh God, fucking what is your? Clazy's always rocking the victim complex. It's so obnoxious.
I don't know what's up with him.
So Kai, the 4 paragraphs I've read of the ego and its own is enough then?
Yeah, pretty much.
Depends which 4 paragraphs. The first half of the book is basically dedicated to explaining why Christians are just batshit insane.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
yeah, he's also a fan of the Jews.
I would prefer that you were like past that first half and then 4 paragraphs.
Yeah. This you gotta realize this was back in like late 1800s. Rev.
Again, what's caboose? Hyper individualism, the absolute decimation of the concept of ethics or morality. the the complete realization that the totality of responsibility is borne upon yourself and that you are free to make your decisions as you see fit.
Yeah, pretty much. Or, you know, you can sum it up as the phrase, fuck you, I do what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck Toby Keith, fuck your flag, and fuck your military. Exel.
Dude.
He sounds spooky.
Dude.
Credit where
demons
credit's due.
possess people.
Yeah.
No.
Credit where credit's due, Exel. That was solid work.
That was a good one.
Yeah, he sounds spooky. Yeah. Do demons possess people? Glazy, yes they do, and I think you've been possessed. You should seek an exorcism.
Are you gonna give it to him?
No.
Ah.
I'll let him go pay for it somewhere else at one of those fucking churches that literally charges people for exorcisms.
I can't believe that's a fucking thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. In 2021 America, there are people paying for exorcism services. Why? Because I believe in freedom? No, because you apparently believe in demons.
Yeah.
Exorcism, you call me fat. Only X gonna get to him.
Yeah.
I'll do it for $5,000. I'm ordained and I have a bibli around here somewhere. It's deep in my butt. Go digging. Fuck it. I don't know about demons, but I got ghosts in my pants. Hey, Netflix and kill.
Damn it, Glazy.
Perseverance. Not everything could possibly exist.
Shut the fuck up with her.
I'm sorry.
No.
If you believe in ghosts and shit, I got...
No, it's just because that is a true statement. It could, probably, you know, but just fuck. I hate being agnostic.
And thank you for the follow. That's not how infinity works. I only believe in demons like the ones in animes. Pressuring down the road of justice, 'tis I, Sir Angel, has arrived. Okay.
I respect it.
All right.
I like it. I like the character chatters.
Don't bring the certainty paradox into this. It's a house episode that talks about everything we've talked about on this stream. Kaiser 47. What about Agent 47? Anyway, no, I don't believe. I'm sorry. If you've had your ghost encounter, well, I was at a house and I've seen a ghost. Yeah, I'm sorry. You've misinterpreted a series of events. That's all I've got for you. There's no, boo boo, tink tink. There aren't demons. There aren't fucking ghosts possessing people. Chances are you went into an old house that has a fucking carbon monoxide problem, and you hallucinated a bit.
In the case of older folks, dementia.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like ghostly encounters just sound like early dementia to me.
Glazy, no, I'm an ordained minister. There's a difference between an ordained minister and a Catholic priest. Some would argue a fucking Grand Canyon's worth of difference. I've seen some weird shit, and I still don't believe in ghosts. I've definitely seen some weird shit, but I grew up in the fucking middle of the woods in Vermont. Vast rurality. I wandered around for years and years and years by myself as a child, right? I've never encountered aliens or Bigfoot or the Fae or leprechauns or fucking any of this other shit that people claim to see. And I've had plenty of opportunity, whether it was, hiking around by myself down in the Appalachians, though that can stretch up north, down in the Tennessee Appalachians, up in, rural Vermont. In the Southwest, I've done plenty of fucking camping and exploring out on my own in the deserts in the Southwest. For fuck's sake, I've got Area 51 near me, and I've never seen shit. All right, folks. It's people have overactive imaginations and don't and jump to conclusions when they see random things. I was high on acid and I saw a ghost. Totally real. Do I still support a woman's right to abort a baby?
Yes.
Talk about a
Yes.
loaded question. That's an amazingly loaded question.
The only
Love
answer
it.
here is yes.
Love it. Do I
right,
do I support a woman's right to bodily autonomy? Yes, I do. Yeah, I do.
see.
And if it means shooting that baby in its fucking head, oh well. I mean, that's, you know, sometimes you gotta vacuum that shit out of you. See how I was willing to be amicable, but you couched your statement in such loaded language that what I had to do is actually one up you. See what you do to the level of discourse when you do those sorts of things? That's your fault. It's your fault just chatting to Twitch that now there's babies getting popped in the head and fucking having their brains vacuumed out, right? That's on you now.
You made us do this.
Yeah,
Look what you've made us do.
you made me do this. Think long and hard about the words you choose in this world. What about El
my
Chupacabra? I have never seen the goat sucker. Every time we hear about a Sasquatch sighting, the guy is always off a metric ass ton of bath salts and has a BAC of 3.5. But goddamn, I want to believe in Big Monkey Guy. I've seen some shit, but I was high on 5 hits of acid. Saw a guy on a TV show start his ghost story with, I was in my cigar room, so I laughed and changed the channel immediately. I live in the oldest city in America and ghosts are 100% real. Well, I'm sure there's some scientists who would love to fucking have a conversation with you, Glazy, because if you can prove that ghosts are real, you can redefine all of human existence, but I'm guessing you can't prove ghosts are real. Caboose, I've straight up seen shadow people, and I'm still like, that's probably not what I think it is. I mean, you know, don't sleep long enough and you'll see shadow people. One time when I was camping, I woke up with a severed raccoon foot in the front of my tent. To the right person, this is 100% phantasmal in nature. To me, however, I'm the victor, and fuck that raccoon. Netflix, love it.
Amazing.
Let's see. Have y'all ever heard of antinatalism? Yes, I have. Beans, they vacuum it? You know, it is actually part of the procedure.
Yeah.
Will abortion become immoral if we can remove and grow the baby outside the womb? Maybe. I'm open to having that conversation sometime, Swede. To Wither agreed, that's your fault. There's no God if they pull out of Dyson after an abortion. Let's see. What word should you have chosen? Do you believe in a woman's right to bodily autonomy as far as the concept of abortion is concerned, or as far as the concept of terminating a potential pregnancy is concerned? This is how I would couch that statement correctly, rather than saying, "Do you believe in a woman's right to abort a baby?" Mitch Hedberg had the best take on Sasquatch. He's just blurry. I believe in ghosts. I used to be one, but I live in Arizona now, said Infosopher. And hey there, Info. There's no evidence of ghosts that even reality TV shows about the supernatural don't even try to make appearance of ghosts and just make noise that they attribute to the supernatural. Oh, God. You really... oh, wait. Who's fucking... You literally facepalmed science, Glazy. Well... science gave you that cell phone, so just go ahead and break it, right? Science probably gave you most of the stuff in your life, frankly. So just go ahead and just get rid of it all. Get rid of cooking standards, get rid of all of your like utensils. That's all metallurgy. Fucking material science gave you your house, basically. Just go ahead and get rid of that. Knock it down. Get rid of that. Your vehicle, I'm sure. Get rid of that too. Jesus, fuck. Yeah, like just straight and prim. Like your deal now Glazy, is that you have to live in a fucking cave. And no tools. Only what you can scavenge by hand. You know, yeah. Fucking full Anprim. Yeah, you're...
That should be
go ahead.
I was gonna say, that should be a subreddit, full Anprim. Be funny.
Nope, not a subreddit. Could be
Somebody
created.
make it.
Could be
You
created.
fucking degenerates.
Could be created. Yeah, speculative technologies is concerning abortion. I don't get into. Caboose, what other people think when a severed animal part randomly appears on your doorstep? This is an omen. Me, when some random animal part appears on my doorstep. Goddamn fucking coyotes. Yeah. What a concept. Science gave me VD. I fucked a lab specimen. Cave.
Amazing.
Do you believe in genociding a mass of small living creatures wanting to organize into a commune like no one has ever seen? And there's a baby. Fucking A with her. It's pretty good, actually. What did, oh, Jack. Oh, if Phoenix, Arizona exists, I can think, maybe Bigfoot is real. Jack, are you doing a King of the Hill reference? Let's see. But Kai, how do you counter my argument? Has a really big stick. Hey, Sunshine. Okay. Yeah, I wondered. I figured you were doing a Peggy Hill. Hey, Zero. You were doing a Peggy Hill reference there. If I die before you, I'll come back as a ghost and you'll know it's me because I'll throw anarcho books in the background of your streams when someone makes a bad take or the tankies go wild. Or maybe I'll control your music and play Proud to be an American and other patriotic bangers just for the chudettery. Proud to be American isn't actually... Go reread those lyrics, Angie, sometime. Do yourself a favor.
You might as well read Born in the USA's lyrics while you're at it.
Yeah, you figure you just go read a lot of these fucking so-called patriotic songs. Read their lyrics. King of the Hill is very wholesome. It's a really good show. Ever heard the subreddit FDS? I mean, not. What's its full name? Because FDS isn't ringing any bells. Oh, it's female dating strategy. Oh yeah, they're one of my few blocked subreddits. Oh, how do I say this without fucking pissing off the trans community? It's not because they're TERFs that they're blocked, right? I'm not saying TERFs are great people. All I'm saying is it wasn't the TERFery that got female dating strategy on my blocked list. It's the fact that they're a bunch of genocidal psychopaths. They're fucking batshit insane. That's what got them blocked. They just happen to be TERFs on top of that, which is, par for the course considering how batshit insane that subreddit is. Yeah. Fucking Cave. I'm not opposed to their radical misandry, but they are mean to trans women. I remember when I thought you were crazy back when I was a sock dem. Please. I'm the most reasonable anarchist you'll probably ever meet. I'm willing to reach. I'm willing to extend a fucking, an olive branch. Female dating strategy, on the other hand, holy shit.
So what would you consider yourself these days, Zero? Like now that you've officially ditched the Sockdom label.
Glazy, USA #1. In what? What are we #1 in, Glazy? Oh, okay, so this is the second one. All right, well, fucking... Hang on. Let me, Is this different than the first one? Mark II, Mark 1. All right, Mitre, what's the difference between Mark 1 and Mark 2? Just before if I pick one to play, like, is Mark 2 just revised Mark 1? Is it completely overhauled? What's my difference here? Y'all #1 in tummies. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Mark 2 then. Mitre sent this to me. This is Mark 2, but he sent it to me with the subtitle for the first one. Hope this makes you feel like you're in the mid-90s. Better mix and synth variation. All right. Cool. Glazy, you don't get to ask questions. You have to answer. What are we #1 in? Everything. Okay, everything. USA is #1 in everything. I saw it. All right. No. We're not. Oh, Zero, I'm familiar. Oh, it does have kind of a Mortal Kombat fucking, who am I thinking? Like, it kind of reminds me of Cam FDM, Mitre. Like, there's a lot of motherfuckers in here. Yep, okay, yeah, there's a lot of motherfuckers in here that probably don't know KMFDM. But Prodigy, yeah, it really does. It invokes the sound of that era. You did nail it, Mitre. Prodigy was your biggest inspiration for this. All right, spot on. Hey, RV. Yeah. It really does invoke the sound of the era. Smack My Bitch Up was the controversy of my day. Smack My Bitch Up was a solid fucking music video and a good song. Well, that's quite the sound clip. That's late 90s. That's, yeah, the sound clip is post the sound era you're going for. Himself, I hear the KMFDM sound. I dig it. I need some side-scroller shooter with this banger. Oh, there's a name I haven't heard in a hot minute. Swede. Paul Oakenfold. It's good people. I kind of prefer John Digweed to Oakenfold, but for sure, I mean, come on. They're all great. Just makes me want to watch Hackers himself. Dude, we need to do Hackers on one of the Bad Movie Fridays. It's in that category of supremely amazing movie that just is, it's just bad. It's just bad, but it's an amazing movie. Hack the planet. Got a fucking... I'm in the Gibson! Yeah. Swede was there for Birdemic Kaistor from fighting off bad CGI birds that rose from the tar pits.
My God.
Dude, that was a banger, Mitre. Spot on. I still want to hear.
It was nice.
I still want to hear what you can create. Like, you know what my mainstream for electronica is. I'd love to hear you take a crack at the more melodic trance, chill step, instrumental, orchestral style stuff. But yeah, that was a fucking banger.
It's pretty nice. Dug it.
Every year I watch The Room is Tradition. The lone gunmen were more convincing hackers in that movie. I don't think Hackers was trying to be convincing hackers, or at least, God, I hope not. You know what? I'm gonna give it a go. I look forward to hearing it. That's my genre, and like that's you know, it's punk and folk punk, but you know, as far as electronic goes, yeah, I like that more melodic stuff. So I look forward to seeing what you produce. I recently watched Gamer. It was really bad, made by the people who made the Cranked movies. Well, that explains a lot. Yeah. So I don't I never really recovered from the US is number one in everything. My brain is still back there at the US is number one in everything.
It kind of kills me to know that there are people that are unironically like that.
Like, it's demonstrably not true. It's just demonstrably not true. You know that, right? You just have to be memeing and a bit of a troll, right? Like, that's just, you can't possibly actually believe that. Gamer was a pile of pandering dog shit when it was released. I can't imagine a rewatch now. I mean, people unironically think Team America World Police is a pro-USA movie. Oh, God. I wasn't aware that that was a thing. All right. How do you, well, I mean, people came out of Idiocracy and didn't understand what it was about, so I shouldn't be too terribly surprised. Did I miss? Hang on. Why is somebody tagging Joe? Did I miss Joe? No, I think somebody just tagged Joe.
They meant to tag somebody else.
Yeah.
By accident.
Like, what? Arr? So glad my parents didn't raise me to become a liberal pussy. Unironically blasts Fortunate Son over the car radio.
Cringe.
Fucking.
Wait, who the fuck fucking said that?
Wait, what?
Who the fuck said that?
Oh, it was Caboose just doing a quote for the.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought, okay.
Yeah, no, luckily no. You into Apache? That's music of some sort. I know that. It's like it's an artist or a group. I don't fucking know. But I don't entirely know if I've even heard anything by that person or people or whatever. But no. Not that I'm aware of. Kind of like playing Fortunate Son at the Trump rally. Yeah. Kind of like that.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
I mean, porn doesn't make the dick floppy. It kind of makes the opposite. This is how you know the female dating strategy subreddit is full of people who are fucking morons. All right? This is how you know they're dumb as sticks. They think porn makes the dick floppy.
Oh no, they mean like an actual sex encounters.
It's like, yeah. I'm pretty sure a lot of fucking has been started by watching porn or other forms of erotica together with your partner. Pretty sure a lot has gone down that way. So it can be a marital aid even. But if you're taking dating advice from the female dating strategy subreddit, you're probably already a lost cause. Spooning leads to forking. Like incels thinking masturbation lowers testosterone. Does the opposite, actually. Give them a listen if you're into orchestral electro. Okay. Well, I will leave a tab open for that. Jesus. Yeah, I just haven't been able to shake off the fucking fog and the sleep today. Just for some reason.
Might be one of them chemicals you're fucking with.
Just trying to think which one would possibly do this. Or it could be the fact that I was fucking up until, you know.
Yeah, 5. Yeah, that would do it too.
7:30, 8:30 a.m. Yeah.
That'll do it.
Y'all are so quick to want it to be the regimen. It's telling you, it's just the fucked up lifestyle. I suppose. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Raw Dog. The only actually documented negative effects of pornography are weird sex expectations, and 2, sometimes a bit of internalized misogyny. Well, I mean, 2 isn't a negative effect of pornography. It's a negative effect potentially of heterosexual pornography. It's hard to get misogyny from banging another dude in the ass porn. Right? So, it's just you heteros. Their porn equals limp dick theory comes from excessive masturbation leads to erectile dysfunction / soft dicks. Except it doesn't. I mean, have these idiots ever known a teenage boy? Excessive masturbation leads to erectile dysfunction. You might want to have a conversation at a high school boys' locker room then. Like, because I'm pretty sure they could disprove that theory in one go. Let's see. I heard COVID can cause erectile dysfunction. It actually can. Some of the nervous system damage we've been seeing actually has led to some vascular problems, and vascular problems can lead to erectile dysfunction problems. Jack, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Men will jack off anywhere. Plain and simple. I have seen photos and video evidence of this my entire life. I cannot name a singular location that is sacred as far as male masturbatory habits go. School, church, workplace, just take your pick. Yeah. Rev, I've done it on a freeway at night. I got bored. Am I alone? Am I bored? Well then, says Netflix and Kill. Okay, I'm sure you have.
You're fucking serious, Swede. I can believe it. I need to know if that's real.
Oh yeah. It's.
Oh my fucking god.
They're not like. They're not tubes. Fucking. I don't know. Capsules probably would be. I suppose capsules would probably be the. Yeah, the like public bathrooms. Yeah. And yeah. Japan has a privacy thing. right? Like they're stacked on top of each other. It's difficult to get together for a quickie. So they've got the like love hotels and like little public bathroom capsules that everybody knows is just for working men to go out and rub one out in really quickly and stuff like that. Yeah. Japan's interesting in a lot of regards.
Yeah.
Tug and rub capsules. Guilty for work bathroom, says Karina. Caboose says, I masturbated in the middle of a golf course on time. Let's see. My research on the sub, not on Dixis. Edgy, fair enough. Thanks you for that qualifier. Let's see. One time, says Caboose. Japan is progressive, my ass. Yeah, Japan has some really progressive ideas, but mostly it's pretty rigid. Rigid, said Swede. Japan is insanely conservative with a couple of, I wouldn't even qualify it as, I wouldn't give them the credit of these are progressive ideas. These are fundamental ramifications of an oppressive human psychology, right? Like if you're that repressive and conservative in all of your day-to-day life, there needs to be outlets, and outlets will be found one way or the other. You ban showing actual penis and vagina in your pornography, like penetration, congratulations, somebody's getting fucked by a tentacle monster. Right? Like this is how this works. So, I wouldn't necessarily chalk it up to progressive ideas, more like necessary outlets for the pent-up frustration that their society otherwise causes. Oh, God. Oh, well, it's an old account at least.
Which one?
Uncle Ruxus.
Oh, there we go.
Saw some videos of women being randomly groped in the streets of Japan, and people saw no reaction. Yeah, the groping and the upskirting and shit like that is a problem in Japan. It really is. It's a problem. Ban penetration visuals. Now you get exposed breast advertisements. Yeah, it's Japan. Japan has some issues. Let's just put it that way. Japan has some issues. Let's see. What do we got? Hey, carbon dioxide levels hit 50% higher than pre-industrial times. Look at that. Oh, and somebody advocating to eliminate the U.S. Senate. I mean, you have my attention. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, but you have my attention. And what's up with internet Nazis loving Japan? Oh, Sam, that's not internet Nazis. That's Nazis. That's
like an extremely patriarchal, nationalistic society that has a history of like racial supremacy and ethnic supremacy.
Yeah, I can't imagine why they got along. Is there a good reason to eliminate the Senate? Yeah, basically the Senate is now where democracy goes to die. It was literally started. Most people don't understand that the U.S. Senate, we didn't vote for those senators originally. Over the years, the states turned that responsibility over to the voting class. But the fact of the matter is the Senate was put in as a check against the elected representatives in the House of Representatives. Senators were chosen, they were appointed or chosen by the states, generally the state legislatures. Is how that was originally constructed. So the Senate was placed as a stopgap check on all of these uneducated hillbillies that they saw the populace to be. And so they had the methodologies and the means, parliamentarily speaking, at the Senate to shut down what the House of Representatives was doing. and they were entirely a separate political class, and they still are. And so it is arguably productive to say that maybe we should consider getting rid of the Senate. Let's see. Oh, no, Caboose. It was the simultaneous construction. Simultaneous. Yeah, it was there from the beginning to make sure that the people didn't, go all people on the rulers. This country's been an oligarchy from the beginning. It's just, if you know your history of the U.S., it's always been an oligarchy. It's just how it works. So the Senate was just one of those control checks, those power checks placed upon the people by the ruling elite. Did I miss something? Oh, Jack. Lauren Witzke, I don't know who that is, says the wave of COVID-19 that swept through True News was a... Who was responsible for making me know this?
Wait, what?
Jack. Fucking Jack. Lauren Witzke says the wave of COVID-19 that swept through True News. True News is an alt-right, we'll say, news source. The wave of COVID-19 that swept through True News was a demonic attack on the network for having Milo Yiannopoulos on the program after Satan's favorite sodomite became ex-gay and a Christian.
Amazing.
This is why I want the R word back, folks. This is the appropriate application of the R word. All right, if you want to know when you use it, this is when you use it. Somebody fucking says to you, our propaganda station was attacked by demons because we had Milo Yiannopoulos on. You look at her firmly in the face and go, that's fucking retarded.
Oh shit, he said it.
Yeah.
He said it, chat.
Like, that is the appropriate use of that word. Like, what do you do with that? This woman is talking to your, like, parents and, like, grandparents and convincing them of, like, crazy-ass right-wing propaganda. And part of that includes COVID-19 was a demonic attack. Stupid is kinder. Yeah, I don't want kind. I'm not going for kind when I say that. That's amazing. Yeah, I'm not trying to be kind to this person. This person doesn't deserve kindness. All right? They are a propagandist who is actively undermining our older generations in this country with shit like COVID-19 sweeping through our studio was a demonic attack because we had Milo Yiannopoulos on our channel. Satan's favorite gay? That was it. Fucking Satan's favorite sodomite. Jesus fucking Christ. Fuck these people. See, that's worse. You do realize why that's worse, Zero, right? The fact that you suggested that, you do know why that's a lot worse. Fucking Zero said, just use Republican instead, my dude.
Not as funny.
Fuck those fucking fucks, said Turd. Turd, I love it. Fuck those fucking fucks. Basically, I used a word that you find heavily ableist, and so you came up with a synonym, and you went with Republican. So you colored your entire political opposition with the same ableist slur by a transitive property of language. Way worse. Yeah, I disagree with them, therefore they are. Dipshit works really well for me. It doesn't have the same hit. Dipshit. Dipshit, right? R-t-d. Right? It's the R, the T, and the D that hit in that word. And quite frankly, we've covered it before. The euphemism treadmill dictates that I don't care. You know what's going to be funny? Here's the new slur. It's going to be like ableist or something, right? Like ableist will be the slur. This is how this shit works. This is how the euphemism treadmill works, folks. The terms that used to be medically appropriate become co-opted by the community at large, the zeitgeist, the milieu, and they begin to use them as pejoratives. Then the medical community and those that professionally use this terminology distances themselves from that terminology. They create new terminology as a result of that. That new terminology eventually becomes learned by the populace at large, and that becomes the new pejorative. The medical community or the professional community then has to distance themselves from this new set of language and created a whole new set of terminology. This is the euphemism treadmill. The fact that you're trying to get away from these words means you will never get away from these words, because the new ones that you institute will become the new insults. It's just how it works. It's how it's worked for generations upon generations. And it took, I think it was a few Stanford researchers that figured this out finally. Like, this is the origin of the euphemism treadmill. There's just no way around it. So you might as well just undermine the entire process. Jack, yes, thank you for giving me my shot of cringe for the day. That was, look, I discovered the immobile subreddit today, so I was already, I already learned shit I didn't need to know today, and then you came along with that. So fucking hats off to you, Jack. Thanks, I guess. If we use it relentlessly, it'll lose its sting. I'm also in that camp, Sam. I'm also in that camp. Treating a word as if it's magic, as if it can actually cause you emotional harm, allows it to have power levels that can cause you emotional harm. But if it was treated as if it were literally a throwaway word, and that you understand it's the context and actions behind the word, it's the intent behind the word that actually, in the end, ultimately matters, then it disempowers the language set itself and allows you to move forward and reclaim some of that space that those that would otherwise want to do you harm have occupied. But hey, in the words of George Carlin, who's got time for solutions, right? Sam, I hate word puritans. I still think the immobile subreddit is worse. Caboose, I do too. Power levels potentially over 9,000. Yeah, that immobile subreddit is gonna fucking do a number on my head for a while. I can't understand it. Like, even if you explained it to me, like, honestly, if you're like, here's a psychological study, here's somebody who can explain it in the most simple of terms, I actually do believe my brain isn't capable of grasping that. I don't get it. Even if the state was going to, even if that's just a means of getting people to take care of you, there's better ways to do that than that. Like, I don't think my brain's ever gonna fucking grab that. Hey, Cassidy. Yeah. God, that fucking subreddit.
Dude, that shit was bad. You son of a bitch, you made me learn about that shit too.
I'm a fucking, dude, I'm in a thread today on Reddit, and fucking somebody's like, what was it supposed to be? That somebody put something and they're like, oh, I'm not clicking that. And it's actually a totally safe for work, innocuous subreddit. And somebody put the immobilize underneath, and people are like, God fucking damn it. How
My God,
dare
man.
you Oh man. And yeah, as soon as I clicked in, I was like, oh, I have to share this. There's no way I'm gonna be the only one. There's no fucking way. I sent it to one of my buddies in real life to him. Enjoy.
Why?
Because if I have to be saddled with the knowledge, so do you.
I did do that to you the other time with the fucking DSA video, so
Yes.
yeah.
If I have to
Yeah.
suffer with it, so do all of you.
No, it wasn't the 50-50 subreddit.
Oh, 50-50's nothing. I mean, you
I've
could
heard of this shit.
50-50? Okay, so basically every post is 50%. It's spoiled. The picture is spoiler protected, so you can't necessarily see what the picture is. And then you list in the title, kitten swarming a child. Kitten swarming a child as they play on the playground. / a child being devoured by an alligator.
God damn.
You have a 50-50 shot. Do you click it or not?
God damn.
Yes, that's the 50-50 subreddit. It's something hugely disturbing against something that is just eye bleach. And so, yeah, that's the entire premise of the 50-50 subreddit. I did that last week with Forest Deniers. Yeah, you did, Rev. Fucking Kai last name here. You're my hero. Here's a palette cleanser. Oh, I saw this. I actually saw the video. Yeah, I can't play the video on fucking YouTube, but yeah, a woman goes into a restaurant, just buck ass fucking naked, and starts like, it was an Outback, so almost a restaurant. Goes in naked, starts tossing liquor bottles, climbs up on the counters, fucking starts throwing all sorts of shit around, fucking just acting batshit crazy. And this cop comes in and just like, ma'am, calm down. She wouldn't fucking calm down. He just tasers her to the ground. It's like, okay.
God damn. That's fucking hilarious.
I've gotten so desensitized to that stuff thanks to shit like Live Leak and watch people die that 50-50 just doesn't affect me anymore. I got to the point where I could read, I could get pretty much based off the blur of the picture and the title, I could usually guess which one it was based on the colors that I could see of the image. It was like, oh, that's a lot of blood in there somewhere. You know, that sort of thing. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, fucking golden retriever puppies don't have that color pattern to them. So clearly this is the other one. You know, stuff like that. So yeah, I could usually at a glance tell from the spoiled image as to whether or not what I would be getting and whether I should click or not. No, I'm glad that amused you, Zero. Yeah, the almost a restaurant. It's fucking Outback. It's iffy. I'm glad I'm not desensitized to wholesome stuff like videos of puppies and kittens. I actually have two multi subreddits on my primary account. One called Rage and one called Calm. And it's just that. The Rage is full of like, you know, bad cop, no donut, fucking, you know, late stage capitalism, news, politics, tanky jerk, fucking world news, a boring dystopia, shit like that. And Calm is full of, you know, puppies and kittens and wholesome shit. So it just sort of, you know, I can prescriptively browse Reddit if I need to. Oh, Sam went. Oh, I'm sorry. Swede, bloomin' onions are badass,
No.
but I've had better elsewhere. Yeah, Sam fucking went. Like, whoa. The fuck is immobility and fetism? Like, I cannot unsee that. Sam just lost his virginity. All right, so the immobile subreddit, yeah, F. The immobilized subreddit isn't all about a feeder fetish I've noticed some when I looked through it, but honestly, most of it is about just self-feeding. It's about eating to the point of disability and immobility, which again, I cannot wrap my head around.
I don't get it either.
It just breaks my brain. I don't understand it. Boom. Interesting. I see a big head dead Sam. Suddenly I'm for fat shaming. It's difficult after you see that subreddit. It's difficult. You're like, shouldn't these people are clearly like fucked. These people need help. Like there's something going on there. That's a pathology of some sort. That is like, I think the DSM-5 goes way too far in a lot of like, oh, we pathologize everything. I agree with that, but there's something going on in that subreddit. There's something malignant in that thought process. They need help. Those people need help in a lot of different ways.
See, part of the contrarian in me wants to just like kind of take the whole it's wholly within their right though.
It is.
It is.
It is wholly within their right, but I think that it's also within your right to die of cancer. But I'd like to give you the option to treat the cancer if we can.
Right.
You know, I don't. That's not healthy. Like like by the very definitions of that, like it's not healthy. Something's going on there that is not normal. I'm sorry, it's just not. So, Rev, this isn't a feeder kink. This isn't a feeder and eater kink. This is the immobilized subreddit is for people feeding themselves largely. Well, I say feeding themselves. All of these fuckers have enablers. That, I'm sorry. You don't hit 600 pounds and shit without enablers in your life. Facts. When you're too big to walk out your front door, somebody's helping. Maybe these days the enablers are technology enhanced sort of enablers. Traditionally, you would need somebody in your life to help along with this, but either way, yeah, the immobilized subreddit is more about feeding yourself to the point of immobility. Yeah. Oh, Duffy, for sure. For sure. I've been around that type of person in like a recovery unit before. Growing up with my mom, she ran recovery rooms for operating rooms, emergency rooms, recovery rooms. She managed and operated for a long time before she got her MBA. And I've been around somebody at that like weight category in the recovery area. And I remember as a little kid being like, you know, what's that smell? It's like, shh, 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 shh. Be quiet. You know, you get shushed. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, there's a peppermint oil is key, says Swede. Yeah, Vicks or peppermint oil is a common trick, though most of the medical staff will tell you straight up, if you're going to be working in and around those sorts of things, dead bodies, crime scene cleanups, morbidly obese, medical facilities, these sorts of things, you just get used to the scent. If you're constantly relying on Vicks or peppermint oil, you're fucked. Most of them just eventually get desensitized to it, and that's how they go through their days. Duffy, I'd rather work in a barn. Shit smells better than rot. It does. Shit does smell better than rot. If anybody's ever been around necrotizing tissue, oh, that's a scent that you don't readily forget. Yeah. Your first hit still needs a peppermint oil parachute. Sweet. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, if it's your first time in, for the love of God, help yourself out. Yeah, that's why we find it so disturbing. It's not that it just looks gross. It's that we know what comes with it and what had to lead up to it. Exactly, Caboose. I actually kind of like the smell of the barn. I grew up in Vermont. Like, you'd be driving down the road and you just smell cattle. You smell livestock and barns and those sorts of things. So that's a scent from my childhood. So I'd be fine with it as well. Yeah, there's actually an odd sweetness to it underneath it all. Dead bodies stay with you for weeks, I've heard. Deadhead, big head dead Sam. I'm just gonna fucking why I'm bothering Sam. Yeah, I've talked to my mom before at length about that sort of thing. Because she's old school nursing. A lot of the nurse schooling now and the modern nursing, they don't have the same, like, shall we say, hands-on or raw training that they used to. They used to run them through the fucking gauntlet. I have a feeling we might need to do something here in a second. So Jason is sus123 and the very famous Doge. Tell you what, you show me how China's actually communist, and we'll carry on that long live the communist China tagline that you're trying to run with. But given that China has more billionaires than we do at this point, please explain to me how this is communism. Explain to me where the stateless, classless society is in a nation state with billionaires. Please. I look forward to this.
What is it with, like, random, like, new chatters somehow knowing, like, what the channel hates or is in support of, like, just coming in?
And if you don't post in English as your next post, I will just outright ban you. Just know that. David J. Copes, what did I just walk into? You walked into a couple of people attempting to obfuscate political statements in non-English language. It's actually Korean, which is hilarious. Given the, yep, okay, well, there we go. Fucking Kaiser. Here's people trying to obfuscate, in your family's native language, just FYI. Pro-Chinese rhetoric in Korean, by the way, which is hilarious, I might add, given that Korea basically kicked China's shit in a couple of times. But hey. You know what would be even better? Is if you obfuscated your pro-China message in Japanese. That would be even better. China is communist because Destiny said so to Richard Wolff's face and didn't get called on it, said Rev.
No, Richard Wolff was in support of it, actually.
Let's see. A bunch of people in China are really poor and therefore are moneyless. Boom! Partly communist, says Exel. Solid, Exel. Been doing good work tonight. RV, lol. We're on the way there. You anarchitties. Source? Trust me, bro. You don't have any nice things to say, so take care. Say something not nice. I'd be interested. This isn't your grandma's house. I'm okay with controversial takes. But, again, not everybody can stand the heat of the kitchen. I understand that. Exactly, Rev. Let's get the 2020 list. And also, they have the most cities with billionaires as well. Of the top 10 cities on a global scale with the most billionaires in them, 6 out of the top 10 are Chinese. Yeah. Totally communist, though. Totally communist. Boom. I never understood the China worship. Like, why? Irish, I live near a billionaire. I've got a couple in Vegas as well. Yeah. just fucking distributing the wealth directly into the hands of the wealthy. Exactly, Sam. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're in fucking Omaha. Buffett. Yeah. I standing China with Korean in a Western Twitch stream. Like, what? I don't understand these people. I don't. But I do notice that when one of them got shit canned, the other one ran away.
I think they were controlled by the same person.
Yeah, I'm guessing so.
Okay.
Let's see. Boo. That dude, one of those accounts is from 2018, and the other one was created an hour ago.
I just find it funny how they here's the thing is that they were fucking, they understood English like perfectly too, so it's like, you know.
I think Kim Il-sung solved racism. Trailhead, I got banned from chat today for stating an absolute fact defending gay rights from a very high-profile leftist channel for even mentioning the word Palestine. And I have watched this channel for a year, subscribed and actively chatting, so I find your title tonight hilarious. Oh yeah, that was yeah, we'll be enforcing left unity now using authoritarian methods. Apparently seems to be the way that we're moving forward as sort of the online leftist spaces. There's nothing super hypocritical or, I don't know, malignant about that thought pattern whatsoever. I'm sure it'll work out great. What's Kronstadt again?
The question is like what they say, Trailhead. Like were they saying that like you can't defend gay rights while at the same time defending Palestine, or like what happened? I'm confused.
I live in Frankfurt, so if you anarchists know how to... Oh! Holy shit. Sam, this is your one warning on shit like that.
I would actually just straight up, like, just leave it banned.
Dude.
That's just not a good look. Specific address, all that, just fuck them.
I'm leaving this up to mods, Sam. I'm not.
I like it.
Yeah, sorry, Sam. Holy shit.
I love the use of the new emote though. Perfect. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Yep.
Don't worry about it. The mods can sort it out behind the scenes using the mod channel on the Discord server if you guys want to talk about it. Holy shit, Sam. Like, don't joke like that. That's all I have to say. Like, that's, yeah.
My God.
Shit like that can get the channel in trouble. It can get, I mean, it's a whole fucking deal playing around with that sort of shit.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah, that was bad.
It's
fucking
not good memes.
Swede emote. Everyone posts my
Dude,
face.
It's the perfect emote.
Yeah, for that one especially. Yeah. I'm also fucking the fuck Emma.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rev, way worse. Yeah. No, stop gas. Yeah, like stop fucking guessing. I'm not gonna tell you. Either way, yeah, that's your huge fucking warning for that. That's all I have to say. Ooh, why is that? All right, cool. Oof. Browser window froze for a second there.
I love you, Swede.
All right. My wife was so proud to see my face as an emote. Then she told me to stop fucking around and take out the trash. Oh. Fucking, that's you. And your wife is right, Swede. Your wife is fucking right.
Yeah, take out the fucking trash, dog.
Yeah.
I can't go neglected.
Hang on. Let me just check something here. Oh wait, is that? Yeah. I was gonna say, why did it do that? That was weird. All right, that was strange. All right. Anyway, back to chat. So I'm sitting in the trash can right now. Nice, Wade. You guys see that Jeff Bezos is going to outer space? He's also auctioning some tickets too. Yeah, somebody had mentioned earlier that Bezos was going into space, and they were hoping he just wouldn't come back. Just stay there, dude. Just stay there. Sam, I'm open to throwing just a warning down, but at the end of the day, we're probably gonna have to talk about it. Holy shit. Just don't ever cross that line again, Sam. So he's literally going to outer space and earning money as well. Of course. Of course. When you're that level capitalist, everything you do is profitable. For real. It's absolutely staggering to understand. Like, when you're actually, like, properly rich, just existing starts earning you money. Like, people send you stuff. You're like, honestly, this is perfect example. Stephen Colbert on the old Colbert Show, when the newest high-tech iPhone was released, he literally went on TV and said, "Give me new phone. I want new Apple phone." They sent him one before it was even released. This man could afford to buy hundreds, thousands of his own iPhone, but because of who he is, we'll just send you one for free. All right, it's like that. When you hit a certain level in society like that, it's ridiculous. They'll send you clothes, they'll send you food, they'll send you electronic devices, they'll send you on vacation. Oh yeah. Yeah, Bezos is going to space, and you better goddamn believe he's going to make money while he's doing it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember when Branson promised Virgin Galactic would be, like, a while ago, yeah. Money is how they keep score. Exactly, Swede. It is different in their world. His ex-wife has, like, 50 billion. Dude, that is... What's the most profitable thing you ever did? Divorced my husband. What? I made 50 billion doing it. Yeah. Yeah, also the richer you get, the richer you get. Yeah. Caboose, money is actually largely pointless, except for the doors it opens, the avenues it opens in society. That's it. It's just, it gives you opportunity. Right? Rev, and now I'm pissed again. Yeah, that's when you're really, really rich. Hey, Trailhead, thank you for the sub. Yeah, sweet. The most powerful force in the universe is compound interest. Albert Einstein. God damn it, where'd I put my pitchfork? Yeah, when you're really, really, really fucking rich, you actually pay for less stuff than most people would assume. You'd be like, oh, you can buy anything. No, when you're that rich, you don't actually pay for stuff. It's really a fascinating look into how our system works. Well, marrying might be the moment she got rich, but that's details. No, Alana. She was there when Amazon started. Like, really started back in the day. Now, granted, they were never poor people. But marrying Jeff Bezos did not make her rich. The marriage was seemingly a legitimate marriage back in the day. Yeah. But the divorce made her wealthy. Long-term investment. Yep, exactly. Fucking Rev. Sunshine. I also can't believe we don't have healthcare. People go into debt for health reasons. Rev. That's why. Yeah, Wallada. Companies want to wear their stuff, so more people buy it, and they make more money. Yep, that is basically. She was chief marketing officer or something of Amazon. She's no slouch. No, she wasn't. She's not completely. She's not incompetent. She's not. She's her own woman. But legitimately, the thing that made her the most wealth in this world was divorcing Jeff Bezos. Otherwise, it was shared assets. But as far as her own individual wealth goes, yeah, the most profitable thing that woman ever did was actually divorce her husband. That's a functioning system. Let's see. Who do you think makes the rules? Poor people? Yeah, right. Fucking, that's adorable. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, his cheating is what made her money. Fair enough. Just have the conversation, people. How? I never understand that. Just walk up and have the conversation. Be like, look, we had a good run. Had a couple of kids. Been together for like 28 years. But, I mean, this is an entirely different life than either of us would have imagined. And I want to explore some options that otherwise I wouldn't have had, sexually, romantically. And while I value your partnership, and I think we've built a wonderful life together, I do desire more. Is there a way we can make this, compatible to what we have? Is there a way that we can come to an arrangement? Or you could go behind your back and lose $50 billion. Is having an adult conversation that difficult? That you're like,
yes.
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah. Apparently so. Fucking overgrown, dumbass man-child looking like a circumcised cock. Like, dude, just have a chat. But hey. Oh, yeah, and for her grandkid. Yep, great-grandkids, great-great-great-grandkids. They're all taken care of as a result of that fucking divorce. Oh, no, Rev. Yeah. Fucking Bezos got divorced. And then Gates is the newest one. That one was kind of actually shocking. I always assumed they kind of had, they were going to survive. But, yeah. Bill and Melinda, they're fucked too. If they were mature enough to have that conversation, they probably wouldn't be billionaires.
And yeah, that's the thing, is that people who make it to the top of the market aren't necessarily producing the most value. They've mostly struck the lottery or were given a lot of their positions due to nepotism.
Cat, give me a streamer name.
Okay, let's see.
Find me something. Oh, hey, fuck billionaires. And oh, hey, Yoho, you do not need to censor fuck in my chat. Trust me, it will not get filtered by Automod. I've got that fucker strapped to the floor. So you could feel free to swear as much as you want.
John Doe's online right now.
I checked him. It went to commercial, though, and I was just like, fuck.
I don't know. Anybody?
He's on he's at like 6 hours and 20 minutes and just chatting.
Oh yeah. Looks like he might just. Yeah, let's see.
By the way, I love all of the holy shit. Look at his. Okay, I love all of the boxy punchy boy memes. That's definitely been, dude. They got flooded out.
Oh yeah, everybody's fucking pissed, but you know.
What's he doing?
Do the elections or
Oh,
let y'all run.
You missed that one with Rabbit's chat. Fucking Zippy. Oh, were you there?
I did.
All right, I don't think I've ever taken a recommendation from Swede before.
Yeah, I got nobody.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Swede?
Oh shit, is he? Let me see this. Oh no.
Swede's recommendation privileges have been officially revoked.
What are you doing, buddy? Come on. He's actually good people from what I've seen.
Also, I shed like 10 or 12 people just by alluding to it. I love how that works.
God damn.
Yeah. Fucking.
You should rate him for the memes though.
No, that's never gonna happen.
Oh well, apparently he's been a guest. Swede has been a guest on there.
Yeah, well,
d-
Swede. The rules are single-digit streamers, and also not degenerate cat boys. The second one isn't really a rule. The first one actually is. Cake Voss. Fucking. Let's see. Oh yeah, Yoho. I'm with you on that one. I disagree with Sunshine, but either way, it's been it's dude. It's just one of those days. Look at this hair. Like look at what I look like at this point. This is what y'all have done to me. This is what the immobilized subreddit has done to me. I fucking can't take it anymore. I'm just yeah. So. John is the real John Doe is sitting over there fucking talking to himself and just chatting, doing some looked to be political. Yes, Lada, I don't have anything against Catboys. I just wanted to shit on a VTuber Catboy because the mood struck me. That's all. Either way, we're gonna raid over to John, and y'all have a good rest of your evening. Be nice to John, and yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow. And